And a very pleasant Friday evening, everyone. Welcome to NorCal, and it's a Friday night ops here in Northern California, the Oakland ARTCC area, and it's featuring Sacramento and Reno, and we are gonna be in the area, but we're not going to be flying into those rather large airports because we are in 6182 Gulf today, the Cessna 182 Skylane, and we're going to be doing a little VFR work from a couple of my favorite airfields in this area, Pope Valley and Angwood Parrot. They both come actually in the same scenery package, and here's what the plan is. We're going to depart, here's Pope Valley. We're going to depart VFR up to this Dunningham. I don't know what Dunningham is, but it's got a little flag there, so it's a VOR reference point. And we're going to come over here to Lincoln. We're going to try to avoid these airspaces. They're super busy. Actually, this one here has security. That's the Air Force base there, so can't go in there anyway. Then here's Auburn Municipal, and we'll catch the Clipper Gap to Georgetown, and then we will land at South Lake Tahoe, Kilo Tango Victor Lima, and then we'll load up. I do have this already, but we'll load up a new flight plan and we'll fly back out here to Perryman, and then we'll make a landing down here at Sacramento Executive, and then do the same thing. Sacramento Executive, we will fly pretty well direct. We'll kind of go through, this is the looks like Davis Airfield, and over the top of Lake Berryessa. I don't know how you say that. But anyway, back into Angwin Parrot. So it should be about an hour and a half flight time, so probably a little bit closer to 2 hours by the time we land and taxi and all that good stuff. But that's the rough plan for today. So I think we will go ahead and get things rolling here. We will take off all the covers and take a look quickly under the hood in the maintenance hangar. Hey, looks good. Everything there is checking out just fine. And how are we doing on fuel? We're going to go ahead and top off the tanks here. Make sure we have enough oil. And you know what? We probably need a buddy or two. How about we'll take my wife along today for the ride. And you know what? What the heck? Let's take my buddy and his wife. All right, so we're full load, full fuel, full passengers. I won't put any luggage on. We're not going anywhere. We're just flying around, but it'll add to the challenge because we are at altitude here. I think Pope Valley sits somewhere in the, let's see, what does it sit? Up over 2,000 foot, I believe. And so we're attempting to climb. We filed 11,500 because we do have significant terrain as we get closer to South Lake Tahoe. So that's going to be our challenge. We'll see how we do, but I think we have enough time to get to that altitude. I guess we'll just kind of have to wait and see. All right, startup procedure. Let's see here. We are going to make sure everything's off right now. We will send that full forward and crack the throttle. We are going to turn the battery on. We do need to open the cowl flaps and turn our fuel on. And let's start the fuel pump. Push in the mixture. 1,002, 1,003. That should be enough of that. And let's see, any luck here? We'll get this thing to start. And there she goes. Roars to life. Generator can come on, avionics can come on. beacon will come on. Should have actually turned that on before I fired things up, but that's okay. And alright, let's see here. We will not be using really, we are going to be just VFR, just visual today. We have beautiful weather really all around, so that should be good. I'm going to go ahead. I think we do have a frequency here, although Pope Valley, let's see, I should be able actually to depart Pope Valley, but I might check in anyway just because it is an event, and quite a bit of traffic in the area with that event. I know Angwin Parrot, the airfield that we're landing at, is a controlled airfield. So it's better to be safe than sorry on a deal like that. So let's see here. 125.40 I believe is what we need. Transfer that, and our code right now is 1200. We'll request flight following and see kind of what they have to say. And Sacramento approach November 6182 Golf.
Searching 612 Golf for coverage.
Yes, sir. We're on the ground, Pope Valley. I didn't know if I needed to check in with you. We'd like to request VFR departure to the northeast, flight following.
Pope Valley, negative. You don't need to check in with me just yet.
All right, thank you. 2 Golf. So I think he just said we don't need to check in with him. We just need to depart, and so we will. We are going to climb out.
25.7, thanks a lot, Southwest 1956.
And we're going to get ourselves up pretty high pretty quick. So my guess then is we would be heading to Oakland Center. Let me just check on a couple things here real quick.
North Approach, Cessna citation, November 89, Mike Tango's descending to 4000, Slammer 3 arrival.
Citation 89, Mike Tango, North Approach, good afternoon. Information hotel is current Sydney with Slammer 3 arrival, for official operational arrival. That's right.
Okay, we'll expect 16 right, we'll pick up Hotel 89, Mike Tango.
Alright, 11,500 is where we're going, and actually right through here I think we'll, I'm sorry, I'm looking at this map, we may keep it down a little bit. We need to be at least 3,500, but we may keep it down a little bit just because I know we have traffic coming in and out of this area, and I don't want to interfere with that. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused, to be completely honest with you. I might tune in. Let's see, NorCal. It looks to me, maybe I just tune in NorCal Center, or excuse me, Oakland Center. Wow, but there's 3 of them. Alright, well, I know that we will be entering Sacramento's airspace, so I think we will just depart, and we will monitor the frequency, and if we get ourselves in a spot where we appear to be in trouble, they're going to talk to us here. Alright, winds where we're at right now, 267 at 11, so we're going to have to taxi to the opposite end of this runway. I'll spin this guy around here, and we will set that. We are going to follow roughly a 034 heading, so actually that's what I should be setting.
Looks like you just came back. Maybe try switching over to them again.
So we'll be making,
Yeah, give him a call
upon
there.
departure, we'll be making a right-hand turn and following that heading. And I think what we'll do is we'll climb to, I think we'll climb to 3,500 till we're past Sacramento, and then we'll climb after that. We shouldn't have too much issue here, like I say, right out of the airfield. There is a little bit of hill terrain right here, but I think if we get up to 3,500, we're going to be just fine. Okay, let's see. Taxi lights, nav, strobe, all coming on. I don't need pitot heat. It's beautiful out today. It's 80 degrees right here. But we'll release the parking brake and let's taxi down to the other end of the runway here. Pope Valley 6182 Golf back taxi, runway 5, Pope Valley. I think it's runway 5. It's been a little while since I've been here, honestly. Yeah, it must be runway 8. My fault. Runway 10, possibly. Man, I thought, yeah, I'm just going to look as we're taxiing here. Might be thinking of another small airport. Yeah, runway 10 and runway 28. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's my fault. So every pilot in the area super confused at this point, and I don't blame them. Doesn't look like this airport loaded in really well elevation wise. I need to go to the elevation correction tool and make some changes, and you can see a little bit of the new scenery and kind of the old scenery kind of peeking through as well. But you know, we're just here for the takeoff. I do know that Angwin Parrot is in good shape, so the arrival into Angwin will be much better. And this, though, I just think this is a super beautiful departure down here in this little valley area. So I wanted to go ahead and take off from here. It's just one of those, again, one of those places that you just don't get to fly into and out of near enough. All right. Kind of a cool effect, actually. Looks like it's a little bit dirty from a rainstorm or something, but all right. So again, the departure brief will be just departing on runway 28 here. We're going to be making a right-hand turn to 034. I don't have any kind of a navigational aid. We're looking at 26 nautical miles to this Dunningham waypoint. Apparently that's something that we'll be able to pick out. I don't know, but it has, like I say, the little VOR flag, so we're going to just go up and see what it looks like. We will keep track here via our little timer here, and we'll get a rough idea of how far away we are, because then we turn pretty well due east after that, and we do have an airport, Lincoln, that we can tune in if we need to and fly to. So
Approach United 1824. Thank you.
flaps are set to approach. Quick run up here. 1700, mag drop right, mag drop left, looks good.
Number 3 and 2 left for United 1824.
Alright, everything looks like it's ready to go. 1000 RPM, everything, all the suction looks good, all the temps, pressures look good. Alright, let's go flying. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope all is well in your world. And wind pushing on us a little bit, no doubt about that. There's 60, and we're airborne. Grabbing into that breeze. Love it. Try to get that speed up to 90. That's our climb speed. We have quite a bit of room out in front of us here that we don't have to be in a big hurry. Flap will come up. Sim will pause. Make me nervous for a second there. Alright, there we go. There's 90. Clear to the right. Begin our turn on course. And clear the terrain. And away we go.
Second National Airport at your, it's into 11 o'clock, 19 miles from field site.
We have the hill tag name Mike Tango.
Okay, 9 Tango, thank you.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and bring the power back just a little bit.
Clear for visual 16 right.
Manifold pressure back as well. We're making good power right now. We're making good airspeed. We need to get up and over this ridge here, which shouldn't be a problem.
121 Charlie, November, NorCal approach. Turn 30 degrees to left vectors for spacing. Roger.
30 traffic, November 121, Charlie, November.
Looks pretty cool. This is, I do have the NorCal scenery from Orbix, as well as some of the other Orbix add-ons like the global vector and the base pack and the trees and things like that. But I did pick up the NorCal scenery, and yeah. All right, so I do think I'm going to need to. I think I'm going to need to go ahead and contact center. The problem is I don't know which center I need to contact, and so while I mess around with that, I'm going to turn the autopilot on. And again, I want to climb up. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So we'll start at the top with 3455. I should have had a sector chart here. I knew better than that. With an event, I should have anticipated that there'd be more than one center controller. But yeah, we're just going to kind of check in and see.
Vision 4022, Roger, out in a minute. We're being advised, ready to copy.
Oh boy, these guys ought to be busy. But I'm gonna try to see if I can pick out.
251 Charlie. Center, Vision 251 Charlie, Victor, climbing through 55 for level 2 there.
251 Charlie. Maybe if I can see where they're departing from.
Number 251 Charlie, Victor, Oakland Center.
In Oakland Center, Skyline 6182 Golf.
One Golf Oakland.
Yes, sir. I just departed VFR to the northeast out of Pope Valley, and I'm not sure if you're my control I need to check into to request flight following.
Number 628, one Golf, where did you depart from?
Pope Valley. Zero 05 Charlie Lima.
Aircraft going up with standby, 1 second.
Probably should have done a better job of giving him a little bit more of a position report there.
Aircraft calling for free to call. Contact Oakland Center on 127.95.
2795, thank you, 2 Golf. Alright, that answers that question, and I forgot to arm
Those 360 checking that 34000.
that, so 1, 2, 079er5. Alright. And I'm going to guess that we are...
2039, connect Mark approach.
We've got to be about probably 30 miles or so, maybe not quite 20 miles west of Sacramento, but
yeah.
that's
November
rough.
6 Bravo Alpha, traffic 3
That's a
o'clock
rough.
in 3 miles opposite direction, altitude engage 8,500.
Alright, that's not us. Let's just take a peek outside while we're waiting to check in here.
We'll be looking for the traffic, November 6 Bravo Alpha.
Oakland Center, Skylane 6182 Golf.
Number 6182 Golf, Oakland Center.
Yes, sir. We're VFR departure out of Pope Valley. We're approximately 20 miles west of Sacramento right now at 3,500. Requesting flight following.
Number 6182 Golf, actually stand by.
Nobody knows where I should be.
Oakland Center, Legacy 14, Charlotte, Lima, 2 mile for 45, 200. November, was that 45 Charlie Lima calling Oakland? Yes. Affirmative, 14 Charlie Lima. No, 14 Charlie Lima, runway 29 clear to land. 29 clear to land, 14 Charlie Lima. Intro 463, requesting lower. Who was requesting lower? Metro 463. Metro 463, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 200. PD 200, Metro 463. Oakland Center, American 1211, backward to, 280, pilot's discretion on 240. American 1211, Oakland Center, descend via the Bay San Francisco altimeter 29905. We'll descend via the arrival, 295, the altimeter, American 1211. Oakland Center, Skylines 4602, requesting lower. Skylines 4602, descend, maintain 14,000, Reno altimeter 29907. Channel 1 for 14,000 and copy the altimeter, Skylines 4602. Metro 350, Christian Metro 463, maintain 250 knots in the descent. 250 knots, Metro 463.
Oakland Center, Westland 1990 with you, passing flight level 205 for 320.
Oakland Center, number stand by number 514, Delta Victor, connect approach 14.
So while we're waiting here, I am going to go ahead and put in the Harder Field. It's the Lincoln Regional Carl Harder Field.
Hold on, United
Beal.
United 81, connect Mark
VOR. It's 10860. Because I am not seeing whatever this waypoint out here was supposed to be. I'm sure not making it out.
November 318 Romeo Victor joining the
Pop that in there. Let's see if that comes alive. I may have to actually.
There are 3-1 Romeo Victor, runway 29, quick
I
land.
have to initialize that. There we go. So that helps a little bit.
Okay, it was 40,000. Cool 1, Oak Center, Roger.
I don't think it's picking it up. Nope, it's not
4602, connect Mark approach 119.2.
picking it up quite yet, but it's going to be roughly
System test okay.
074 is what I'm seeing on SkyVector. So 'cause
Southwest 536.
I think we're getting close to, again, there's supposed to be something called the Dunnigan visual waypoint.
Descend via the arrival, Southwest 536.
going 546, check in 65 first. Going 546, Oak Center, Roger.
It's apparently it's
Metro
a
463,
fairly
connect
well-known
approach
set of
111,
hills,
Metro 463,
or
contact
mountain
Marco approach
range, kind of
119.2.
a wine region here. And
463, good night.
I don't know
Cool,
that
1
I'm
second,
seeing.
International altimeter 299, pushing 2985.
I don't think that's it.
2985, cool 1.
Dunnigan Hills.
West 1990, Oak Center, up.
690, we're here.
That looks to me like a
West
little bit of
1990, right from House
an airfield.
Actually, West 1990, cross,
I'm trying to look here, and I don't know.
West 1990, cross tower at 16 south, marine altimeter 2997.
Cross tower intersection at 16,000.
I guess that could potentially be something of interest, but I don't know that that's necessarily the this big Dunnigan area. It's unless,
West 1990, maintain 250 knots in the east.
well, I don't know. I don't know.
250 in the east at 990.
I'm too far away to pick up this VOR too, so I want to make sure that we, if we turn to the east too quickly,
Stand by, American 144, connect
we're
approach
going to get
126.3.
into Sacramento airspace.
12653 for 144.
American 1211, connect Marco approach 133.95.
3395 from the American 1211.
But if we don't turn soon enough, you can kind of see the problem here. We're on our way up to this Dunnigan, and
I'm the, okay, yeah, 1 to climb maintain.
if we turn too soon, we're going to hit Sacramento International Airspace, Class Charlie. If we turn too late, we're going to get shot down because we're going to be over restricted
Oakland Center,
1990, turn right.
Beale Air Force Base.
Hold on, West 1990, turn right, heading 070, vectors for the sequence.
Where is my CFI when I need him most?
Oakland Center 171 Mike Alpha, 1 more.
I'm almost thinking maybe
November
that
171 Mike Alpha, Oakland Center.
might be the hills that we're talking about here. But I'm trying to research this as we go, and of course, you know,
2000 for 5.
it doesn't
Municipal.
look anything like what you're probably going to see. We're seeing a very rich, kind of fertile wine country type of deal here.
Calling out of that place, try Oakland 134.55.
134.5, thank you. Number 4, children.
And 6182 Golf, again, just,
Southwest 55.
whoops.
Almost. And there you're Southwest 5574, connect approach 125.4.
That might be my reference point right there. And actually, I'm feeling better about that being something that really stands out.
Cool 1, descend to maintain 14,000, real altimeter 2997.
This guy's just flat too busy right now.
14,000.
The thing about, here's what I'm looking at, okay, and this is what's confusing me a little bit. I'm feeling good about that being the Dunnigan, is it's telling me to contact NorCal approach 25-4 within 20 miles. So,
Stand by New Zealand, Southwest 1958, contact Oakland, Christian contact Los Angeles, Center 125.8.
I'm almost feeling like I need to go back over to
See you, New Zealand 361, Oak Center, Roger.
25-4. In fact, I think I'm going to 1, 2,
5 X-ray chair, connect approach
5, 4.
125.4.
Yep. And that guy just trying to look to see on.
6574, what you think if India sent me the assignment 3 live, so official approach 168.
Alright, so we're going to get up here a little bit closer to this. Probably just fly past it to the east a little bit, and then we'll head. We'll turn heading 074.
16 left, clear visual approach number 273.
Let's go over and just go check that out.
Okay, clear visual is 416 left, number 2, United 1035.
Yeah, 1035. You can start your turn down now, that'd be helpful.
Turning right out of base, United 1035.
NorCal approach, Skylane 6182 Golf.
Skyline 6 North Bridge.
Yes, sir, we're VFR 3500, approximately 20 miles to the northwest of the airfield. We'd like to request flight following.
682 Golf.
Nobody wants me.
622 Golf, so the disappear let me 532 identically, 55323 identically.
5323 for A2 Golf. All right.
1781, Sacramento National Airport at shore, 10 o'clock, 2 miles towards field site.
5, 3, 2.
We're looking for the field, United 1781.
Enter and
Number
ident.
45 X-ray 012 2000, information India.
Yeah, that's looking definitely like a VFR type feature, kind of a bunch of hills out in the middle of wine country here. I feel good about that being our waypoint now. It seems much more like what we should be seeing.
25-7, United 1035.
So hopefully.
1781 traffic at shore 11 to 12 o'clock at 6 miles.
Continue to look around just in case. But
Okay, we have the field in sight and we're looking for the traffic, United 1781.
1781, that truck's looking longer factor. He's turning about 2.5 miles final for him when you see him. Runway 16 left here. Contact Capital Tower 125.7.
looks like there's a little town out there.
Okay, we'll follow the traffic to 16 left and we'll contact Tower United
A little bit
1781.
of a canal that runs.
My apologies.
Yeah, so I think that's looking pretty good there. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell how well things are modeled, but I would think if there's anything that's modeled halfway accurately.
Number 61, the Chris, this is 22 Golf, apologize for the delay, later contact, 11 miles southwest of the Marysville VOR, 3,500.
A2 Golf. Merlesville VOR, let's find that. 11 miles Merlesville.
And 622 Golf, the VOR, 2984.
2984, thank you. 6182 Golf. 2984. Alright, so let's see, again, we're trying to find that doggone VOR that they just mentioned. 11 miles, Merlesburg. I'm seeing the Williams VOR. And 6182 Golf, could you give me a position report one more time? I'm having trouble locating us on the map now. Just want to make sure I'm not getting too close.
622 Golf, I have you on
Marysville.
4-9er outbound heading and 8.5 miles from the Marysville VOR.
Okay, 8.5 miles, Marysville VR. Thank you very much, A2 Golf. Alright, so I'm actually a little bit further north than I want to be, so I'm going to turn, and yeah, here's Marysville. That's where I don't want to go, and that, I want to say that is I think that's a 10-mile ring, so that would actually mean we might be already too close. So yeah, that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. So that must not have been the Dunnigan Hills that we were looking at there. That must have been something else. And so we will make that turn, and with any luck, now that we're flight following, I don't feel quite so worried about flying into somewhere I'm not supposed to, because I'll be keeping a close eye on me. But yeah, in real life, I would not want to get anywhere near that area, that Camp Beale, Marysville area. Let's tune that in. That's what is that? That's 108.6. Oh, that's what we. Wait a second. That's strange because that's actually. Alright, so we are. Hang tight here.
10 o'clock and 1 miles per foot. Southwest 5574, thank you, sir. Runway 16 right, clear visual approach.
So just trying to figure out. This looks to me like. I might be flying almost right over the top of the airfield that I'm trying to avoid. What I'm looking for, because yeah, Beale is it's a single Beale Air Force Base, a single runway kind of a north-south orientation.
And the 4 5 X-ray shared, cinnamon, on 6,000. River 5 5 Southwest 5574, contact tower 125
Sorry about that. I didn't have my mic pulled down. I think this is the Beale Air Force Base. I think I am absolutely way too far north. And if that's the case, though, I don't know why I'm not picking up my. Recycle that. I don't know why I'm not picking up that VOR. That's the only thing. I'm not getting much confirmation here as far as that goes, but just kind of looking at, you know, if I just flew over a little bit of a town. Here's what I'm trying to decipher here. It feels like I just flew over a little bit of a town, but I did not see any airfields right there. So I guess there still is the potential that I'm on this track, and I'm actually tracking Lincoln, which was our intended route. But it is very possible that I'm heading over right directly over where I shouldn't, and that the F-16s are being scrambled and will escort me out of this security area. Wonder what's going on there. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna contact. We're gonna need to start our climb here pretty soon, so I'm gonna contact approach and see if that's okay. And NorCal approach 6182 Golf.
Cessna 6182 Golf. Okay.
Yes, sir. We're heading to South Lake Tahoe. We're gonna need to start climb for terrain. Are we okay to climb to 11,500?
Sound, person Cessna 82 Golf, VFR climb, your discretion, sir.
Thank you, 2 Golf. All right. Well, let's tune that in then, or let's crank that up, spin that up 11,500, and we will go ahead and just start our basic 500 foot per minute ascent. Increase manifold pressure just a little bit. Try to keep that speed up.
127.4 is on.
And yeah, I guess I'm seeing some mountains over here, which is making me feel more and more like we just went over the top of Beale Air Force Base. And there's a town right there, which I think is actually Camp Beale. And so, yeah, not good. There is a little water feature here. Looks like a little lake. And I really don't see a lake. Well, now here we go. I'm kind of looking here. I don't see a lake. Oh, yes, I do. There's a lake right there. I was going to say if I was here, looks like potentially. I don't think that's a lake. It's definitely not this big lake here. So, yeah. All right. So I think we are off course. But what that's going to do is that's going to let me. It's going to give me a little bit of a visual to get back on track. It is really strange that I did not ever pick up that VOR, but you know what? That's the way it should go. So I should be able to follow this guy, and if I can skirt kind of the eastern edge of that, I can skirt the eastern edge of this lake. It should put me within visual range here of the Auburn Municipal Airport, and then from Auburn I should be able to get back on track. I'll pick up Georgetown, and then another 40 miles. There's a little lake right here into South Lake Tahoe. Of course, you can't miss Lake Tahoe, but we got to get ourselves up. This is pretty high elevation, as you can see, 9,900, so 10,000 feet basically. Some 5,000 foot peaks. We should have plenty of time to climb up and get over that. So, but we'll be looking for that Auburn Municipal Airport, and I'm going to have to do some more, I guess, research on, you know, the Dunningham area, just to see exactly what was out there. And you know, it's very possible that that there's nothing out there. I mean, it's not modeled, I should say. It might be in the real world a really easy reference point for pilots to pick out, but sometimes in the sim world it's not the case, and that's okay. That you just adjust and you make another plan. One thing that's good in the sim world is we didn't get in trouble for flying into a restricted airspace around Camp Beale. So I guess we'll call it a wash, and yeah, like I say, all things considered, yeah, we're gonna just say we're good to go, and we'll just continue on our merry way here. A little bit of cloud buildup. Might be hypersensitive to that after our flight on Wednesday. We were in Italy trying to fly through, you know, the beautiful mountainous countryside there, and got ourselves into some IMC conditions, and got a little hairy pretty fast. But yeah, we'll kind of keep our eye on that. Just never know. Slowly making our way, approaching 6,000. Our speed is dropping just a little bit, so I think we'll pull our vertical speed back a little bit. I think I'm going to give it a little bit more manifold pressure and just try to keep that power up. Of course, the higher you get, the harder it is to climb. And we are fully loaded today, full tanks of fuel, and as you can see, oh, that's cool. We have four passengers flying along with us, so it's going to be that much more of a challenge to climb up. That looks really cool. That little chunk of city wasn't very well modeled, was it? A little thin strip, rectangular strip of town. Little contrail there was part of VATSIM traffic. Let me show you what we're looking at here. Let me get in here, make sure first that we are keeping our airspeed up. Yep, we are. So here we are, and I'm sure that that was probably that 737's trail that we were seeing there heading into San Fran, it looks like. Right now, 32 arrivals into Sacramento and 35 into Tahoe. We will be down here, kind of down south here. I don't know exactly where it's at, but a little bit south of, maybe almost over here. Yeah, in this area here. But anyway, that's what she looks like. So still plenty of time if you are wondering where to fly tonight. You might consider flying into or out of one of those airports. Keep the speed above 90, and I think we're in good shape. Had a little gust of wind right there, picked our nose up, and dropped our airspeed ever so slightly.
Roger.
Winds right now at our location roughly out of the 230 heading, so kind of a little bit of a tailwind there for us, kind of coming off our right hand side, and 13 knots, so very very doable for this aircraft, really pushing us along our way. Past 7,000, 4,000 to go basically, and we will be up. 10,000 feet gets us above all the terrain that I saw.
16 right, be number 2 behind a Baron. He's about to turn about a 2-mile.
We are clear of most of the traffic heading into Sacramento. So that's a little bit of a relief. We do still need to kind of keep an eye out, though. We are VFR. It's our responsibility to maintain visual separation, even if we are flight following. It's still primarily our job to stay safe. Beautiful country. Well done, Orbix.
Yeah, Alaska 314, traffic number 125.7, so
125.7 Alaska. Yeah.
We do have a friend in the air right now. Our friend Rob from Slant Alpha Adventures. He's in his Airworks DC-3, and he's doing some short field takeoff and landing work here in the NorCal area. Trying to find him on the map here. Looks like he is looks like he's a little south of us right now. Yeah, heading down to Fresno. I think he departed out of Tahoe, and you know, I take that back. I'm not. Let me look at his flight plan. No, he departed out of Reno and is heading down to Fresno, and then I do know that he's got some plans to maybe try to do some other smaller airfields as well. Test the limits a little bit. It's pretty amazing what that DC-3 is able to do as far as short field landing and takeoffs. Still very excited about the promised airplane heaven version of the DC-3. They keep posting teaser shots and digital flight wire, which is one of the Facebook media outlets that covers flight sim related news. They keep throwing out these photos and these little news snippets, and I gotta tell you, I don't usually fall for it, but it's working on me. This looks phenomenal, and we've posted some shots in the past of, you know, landing gear and the engines and the panel and all that stuff. It looks pretty spectacular. Definitely something that I'm interested in, and it may be the first plane that I actually purchase as a duplicate, because right now I've got the same basic plane that our friend Rob from Slant Alpha is flying, but it's the P3D version, and it's a freeware plane, and it's an absolutely phenomenal freeware plane. It just has so much to it, and it's so much fun to fly, but it does have a few things that, I'll be honest, I wish not everything is modeled, I guess, and so I'm hoping that maybe the Aeroplane Heaven version is a little bit more complete in systems modeling, and you know, I guess I'm excited to see. I don't have any problems at all with what the current freeware version that I have, you know, how it looks visually. I think it's beautiful, well rendered, and I also don't have any problems with the sounds. I think the sound pack that is available is fantastic. The liveries that are available as well are out of this world. There's almost, I don't even know if there's a DC-3 that's ever flown that doesn't have a livery. That's maybe a little bit of a, you know, of an overstatement, but there's just dozens of.
Current 682 Golf, contact Caliber 127.4, great flight.
And 127.4 for 612 Golf. We'll see it. 127.4.
One niner now.
Jet 251 Charlie Victor, NorCal approach, charge to descend via stutter 2 level lane, South Sacramento, capital 295, verify India.
285, we're getting India, and we'll transition out. 1 Charlie Victor.
Number 1 Charlie Victor, you can expect Vector's visual approach from a 16 rank.
Visual 16 right, we'll call you with India, 1 Charlie.
Alright, I am seeing a pretty good sized lake. I think this is Folsom Lake that I'm looking at, which means that we probably are pretty darn close to Auburn. I don't know, maybe in the climb out we might have missed it here, but I'm almost positive that's our position there. So that would put us roughly, I don't know, 30 miles probably to the southeast of.
That was 2113, turn left heading 26 Vectors for space.
Yeah, Marysville.
Turn left heading 260. From Southwest 113.
I just have no feel right now for where we are,
That was 2113,
but I do know this. As we're losing our speed a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and
Lotus 2 Kilo Papa.
we'll level off just for a second here.
Southwest 737, sending out at 10,000.
Try to get our airspeed back up. We are at 10,100, so we're clear of terrain, but we are still not the appropriate VFR eastbound. Alright, there we go. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. And that looks to me like actually a north-south. That's beautiful. I tell you what, that is really nice. That's a cool little airport. That's definitely running, no, that's running more, is that running? Kind of running perpendicular to our, so that's running, yeah, kind of more north-south. So I think, well, that's Georgetown. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn 076. Our airspeed's coming back up, so we'll go ahead and start our climb again. Now let's check in. In NorCal, Skylane 6182 Golf. Would make sense if that's that Folsom Lake, yeah, back away from us now. I think that looks like the spot we're heading. Now we should know, because if that's indeed Georgetown that we just passed, we've got a little bit of a lake here that we should run across, and then a little bit bigger lake that we should run across, and if we continue on, we should we should run into the southern sort of tip of Lake Tahoe. But we do have a lot of terrain in between us and them, so Lake Tahoe is not going to appear until late in the game. But I do see,
good evening, approach.
Looks like we have the, I don't know what the name of that little lake is there, but it does look like we've got the first lake in sight, so I feel pretty good. Climbing, climbing, climbing. That peak is, by the way, 9,974. In NorCal, Skylane 6182 Golf.
Skylane 6182. That was 2113.
He's busy. I think we're probably out of his hair. So we've checked in twice. We'll let him contact us when he's ready.
That's 2 Kilo Papa, turn on the left heading 320.
320, 2 Kilo Papa.
Southwest 48. That was 2113.
We'll actually be going over here in just a little bit to Reno approach, probably 126.30. So we'll put that in just to be ready. Two wide. It's not liking us.
Local departure for license 3731 with you heading 120, climbing 2 minutes.
1, 2. It's not liking us right now for some reason. 1, 2. Can I type it in? No.
Over 2 Kilo Papa, maintain 4.
Alright, well, never mind. I guess we will not be entering that in right at this particular moment.
And Southwest 2113 to stay altitude, somehow not getting the altitude readout.
We are at 4,200, so Southwest 113.
You're at 4,000, confirmed?
We'll put it into COM 2.
Reaching there right about now, Southwest 113.
And just in case, we might have to switch over, I guess.
Traffic is at your 11 o'clock 4 miles forward inside of business Southwest 737.
We have traffic to Southwest 113.
November 2 Kilo Papa, turn left heading 270.
Well, it's going to be everything we can do to get to 11,500. I really thought we were going to be a lot better shape at this point in time, but and we'll bump it up a little bit here and see if we can keep our speed. We don't want to get too much slower, and we're just kind of creeping down below 90, and that's not good. We're running basically wide open as far as manifold pressure goes.
Southwest 4839, confirm you're turning via the arrival, turn right heading 010 now, please.
Turn right heading 010, Southwest 4839.
Horizon 27, that's the one that's due.
Try to lean that mixture out a little bit, see if we can get a little bit more power. I don't know if we can or not.
Dutch 1 contact NorCal 13565 today. Correction 133.905.
133.95 today, official 1.
731 NorCal departure rate contact. Climb and maintain. 17,000. Proceed. Direct Mustang VOR resume navigation.
Tahoe uses the Squaw Valley VOR, but the
Southwest 21.
Squaw Valley VOR, I don't know where the heck that is.
NorCal approach 125.4 today.
Over to.
Oh, that's well north of where we're going.
Today, Southwest 4839.
Yeah, we're not going to use that. We're all about the visual right now, and I think we're looking for that second lake, and that
Southwest 4839, maintain 3,000.
I don't think that's one of the lakes we were looking for.
Southwest 2113, turn left at correction, turn right heading 070.
Right heading 070 for Southwest 115.
Alright, 11,500 is in sight. My friends, we have less than 200 feet to climb, and we'll be safely above the terrain.
010, and we are at 1,000.
Southwest 2113, traffic at your 11 o'clock, company going 737, 3,500, reporting today.
Yeah, we have traffic, Southwest 2113.
Southwest 2113, thanks. Southwest 2113, you got field and set after right wing there about your 4 to 5 o'clock, let them come off.
Alright, there's 11.5.
Yeah, so you have the field.
We're going to call that good. We'll level off. We'll let our airspeed come back up a little bit. And again, we're hoping. Oh, there, I think I saw it. Just a little tiny bit of a
Repeat that.
peak there. I think that's the second lake we were looking for. I feel like we're on the right track. I think that's that lake right there. I don't know what that lake is called, but I do think that that's the one that we've flown past that one already. This is the next one, so I think we're in pretty good shape here. We'll get over this peak, and then we're going to have to start thinking about our descent. Well, now I see that there's several lakes around here, which is actually what it shows on the map, and there's a lot of high mountain lakes, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we're not seeing the right one. The kicker is going to be when we crest these mountains, if we're able to pick out Lake Tahoe. And if we're able to pick out Lake Tahoe, we just need to simply stay to the south, south tip of it, and there's a town of Lake Tahoe, and there's the South Lake Tahoe airfield.
45 for 90.
Just grabbing the weather here.
We're in North Carolina.
KTVL Tango Victor Lima. Looks like a pretty nice day here. Winds are out of the north at 6. It's clear conditions. I'm not seeing, 10 statute miles of visibility. We do have some gusts of 16 knots, so we're going to have to kind of be thinking about that. Altimeter 3011.
15 Charlie Lima, contact NorCal approach 125.
We'll go ahead and set that. 3011.
1254 and down to 10,000.
And actually descending 18,000 and
Okay, yeah, that'll adjust our altitude just a little bit here.
7,000.
That's okay.
And can I get that previously one more time blanked out on it? What about Charlie?
That's 1225.4, 125.4.
And let's just get a little bit of information here about South Lake Tahoe. Let's get an airport diagram. We'll get some. So it looks like if we are seeing winds out of the north, we're going to be taking runway 36.
2113.
We are going to be. What else do we need here? 8,500 foot, plenty long runway for us. There's no doubt about it. Left hand exit from the runway. And thought we'd have our elevation. Oh yeah, there we go. So 6,268. All right, 6268. And I'm seeing left-hand traffic pattern. So
2294 confirming our 7,800.
nope, right-hand pattern, which makes sense. We want to stay away from the town. So we'll fly in here. We'll get a beat on the airfield. Once we get our eyes on the airfield, we'll make a right downwind, a right-hand turn for the left downwind. Excuse me. No, that's not right. Right-hand pattern. So we are going to go. We are going to go. And we'd have to fly past. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my bearings here. No, we would make this left-hand turn, head south. I can't tell my rights from my lefts here. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay, November 612 Golf, NorCal. Are you still with me here?
Affirm, 6182 Golf. We're VFR, flight following 11,500 inbound South Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe.
November 6182 Golf, Roger. Sorry about the late handoff there. Let me get the handoff for the center. Thanks.
Yeah, not a problem. I can't tell my lefts from my rights, so it's no big deal. So, yeah, so I'm going to fly over the field. I'm going to make a right-hand turn here for a right downwind, then a right-hand turn for a right base, and then a right-hand turn for final. So yes, right-hand pattern. Only took me 2 minutes to figure that out when it should have been 2 seconds, but you know what? No big deal. Hey, we're losing some light here, guys. We need to where's my
1360 radar contact, Honda 18, 190. 190, that's 1360.
which one of these is my panels? There we go. So I want
11 squawk mode D.
Let's turn that up a little bit. Let's turn the pedestal light up just a little bit.
Southwest 2294, turn left heading 060.
Yeah, I'm better doing it this way. We're going to turn the, yeah, we don't need the glare shield on. We'll turn the panel on, the radio stack on, and I think that'll be enough for now.
And 6182 Golf, you've heard incentives approved. I'm working on my hand up here. Thanks for your patience.
2 Golf, no problem.
And Southwest 966 NorCal, thanks for your patience here. Clear to send you the center to your arrival.
Guy's been busy, there's no doubt about it. You know, it happens. It's an event, I get it. And we're clear of everything, so we're doing our part. Here's Lake Tahoe, folks. All right, so we have we found where we need to be. The descent is approved. All heard him say that. So
American 501 NorCal.
we're going to go ahead. We do need to. I'm going to spin
501, what's up?
this around.
501 is MBV,
Point north and south.
landing south, segment altimeter.
And again, we're going to cross midfield. We're going to make a right hand, enter a right hand pattern for runway 36.
16 left, and we do have Indy on board, right in 501.
We're getting blown around a little bit, but that's okay. We are at 11,000. Well, more than that even. Almost 12,000. I never did really correct our altitude there. But we should get over the top of this little ridge. We should see the airfield, and then we can start our descent. Again, we need to get down 7,300 feet is pattern altitude, so we've got quite a bit of altitude to drop here, but should be doable. Hey, hello, downwind sim snuck up on us here. What are we up to this evening? Well, we're in the sky lane, and we flew from Pope Valley, and we're getting ready to descend into South Lake Tahoe. We're up in the NorCal area for the Friday night ops. Greetings back to you in Kentucky, man. I hope your Friday was good. I hope all is well with you and your family. And I hope you brought your airsick bag, because we're starting to get tossed around a little bit here. I'm going to turn the heater on. I do have the defroster on, I guess. I don't need the heater on per se. Alright, we are cresting the mountains here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Holy cow, we've got to get outside and take a look around here. Oh my goodness gracious.
Stand by. Southwest 2294 to 718, correction, maintain 11,000 for now.
It is bumpy. Just me and my three bravest friends today in the old Skylane.
American 501, traffic up your right wing, 3 o'clock, 3 miles south.
Ah, there's some other traffic up there. Awesome. Alright, I better stop messing around now. I better see if I can see where I'm going. So we have been, again, we've been cleared for the descent, and so we're going to go ahead and start our approach down into, there's our airfield. It's a right-hand area. Oh, Downwinds actually went there and skied at the Heavenly Ski Resort near the state line. I've never been to Tahoe. It's always been a place I'd love to go and see, and just never have made it there.
Southwest 966 NorCal.
And so we've got, like I say, we've got a little bit of altitude to lose. We're actually going to probably go 1,000 feet. About the most you would want to go in this little airplane, but we're going to try to overfly the airfield. We may have to extend our downwind a little bit, although we can't get crazy here because, as you can see, there's terrain issues, so we have to pay attention to that. The pattern altitude again is 7,300, so we have that set. Controller is working to get a handoff for us here so that we can actually get cleared to land, but we are VFR and I do not see any traffic in the area. Winds are gusty at 16, really on the ground not bad, only 6 knots, but it did say there'd be some gusty conditions. But super clear skies. Beautiful day in Northern California.
Roger, if you're on the ground at
this is default scenery, by the way, with as far as the airport goes. Yep. Keep the right pattern tight, he says. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, and as far as the skiing goes, yeah, no excuse, I'm closer than you are. Here's the problem. Where I live, there is better skiing 2 miles down the road. So it's hard sometimes to drive to a place like Tahoe, which, as awesome as it is, and I'm not saying it's not, it looks cool. But when you've got Jackson Hole Ski Resort that's 3 hours away, and it's just world class, it's kind of tough to keep going down the road. You know what I mean? Alright, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to enter the right-hand pattern here. We're still not cleared for the approach per se, but we have got to start getting serious about our pattern here, because as you can see, there's not a lot of wiggle room. I'm gonna have to make another contact with NorCal. And NorCal, Skyline 6182 Gulf, any luck on that handoff? We're getting close to the airport.
Oh my gosh, 622 Golf. So sorry, I completely forgot about you there. 622 Golf, tell you what, if you're, yeah, you're right by the airport there. Your switch to Unicom is approved. You have a good night.
Okay, over to Unicom, and we'll talk to you later on 6182 Gulf. See. Alright, I'm not going to flip to Unicom just because...
I apologize about that, right?
Hey, no, not a problem. You're busy. Appreciate the ATC, and we'll be flying out of here. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Alright, 1,000 above where I need to be, but I don't know that I can go a whole lot further here. I'm going to try to get as close to this little hill off of our 1 o'clock as I can. Not going to quite be where I want to be. I need to bring my speed down a little bit here, though. That's an issue. Well, this is, I guess, I thought it was towered, but apparently not. I was so busy looking at things like the altitude and the weather that I forgot to check on that. This was kind of a last-minute flight plan today, I'll be honest with you. So we just are, we're winging it. But I figured you're never wrong flying in and out of a place like this. All right, I am right there, and I've got to get the speed down because I got to get some flaps in here. Although this is a long enough runway that I'd be okay landing 0 flaps. Yeah, South Lake Tahoe Airfield, Skyline 6182 Gulf on the final runway 36, South Lake Tahoe. Like, I want to call it Lake Taco. Sink rate? Well,
Sink
yeah,
rate.
1,500 feet per minute. What's the big deal?
Rate.
All right.
Sink rate.
Notch of flaps
500.
coming in. Speed is getting a little bit better. Not great. It is gusty here. This will challenge my A2A landing skills, to be sure. Alright, speed's coming down nice. I do have some traffic here. I probably should have checked in on Unicom. I just was afraid to take my hand off the flight yoke. Hopefully he sees me and we'll be able to get it down here. Second notch of flaps. I don't think we'll go full flaps just because of the gusty conditions, but we'll try to keep that center line somewhat close. Oh boy, there's a big flare. Oh, there's a stall horn, and hey, not bad. Not bad, and even an exit onto Echo here. Thank goodness they put the high-speed exit 50 feet from the start of the runway, right? Okay, well, welcome to South Lake Tahoe. We're going to go ahead and switch over to Unicom. Somebody's got a hot mic here. Oh, that's why we didn't go over to Unicom, because we were having some issues with this. Yeah, somebody's got an issue with their mic.
Open mic.
Yep, thank you very much.
Open mic.
Fog it up.
Open mic.
Oh boy, we've got not only an open mic, we've got a repeat. We've got a serious glitch going on here.
Open mic.
From my
We're going to switch off that frequency. Yeah, we've got a bit of an issue with the V-Pilot here. I'm going to have to disconnect that. Hopefully that won't do anything to the stream. I don't think it will. Now, I've disconnected and I still hear the kind of that open mic repeat thing going on. I'm just going to completely close out. And while we restart that, let me call a courtesy car. I'll be at the ski resort. Yeah, I'll wait for you down here in the lodge. I'll grab myself a hot cocoa and wait for you to finish up. Now, we're not done, guys. We're going to fly back, and we're actually going to attempt to. We were going to try to go into Sacramento Executive. I feel kind of bad that I'm not able to make that call, but I think he hopefully he saw that we got clear of the runway. So let's pull it in here. We're not gonna completely shut down. We're just gonna idle here for just a couple of minutes because, well, actually no, we will shut down just because I want to do a little bit of flight planning because I think we're gonna have to. I think we may have to file IFR here because we're getting kind of low on daylight. So let me just shut down. It won't be bad just to shut everything down anyway. We were having a little bit of a glitch. I'll leave the cowl flaps open and I'll leave the fuel on. We'll be right back to that. But all right, we're going to do some planning here. We had initially thought, so downwind here was our plan from the get-go. Kind of a little lap. We took off out of Pope Valley. We flew up here. We didn't find this. Apparently there's this Dunnigan little VFR waypoint. Well, we flew right past it and we actually flew into this restricted airspace. Didn't get escorted out by F-16s, which was good. We were able to come back down here and pick up basically Georgetown, and then you kind of jumped on this last leg right here into South Lake Tahoe. But for the return trip, I think we're going to rethink this here. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, TVL. Sorry, TVL. We're going to rethink this. We're going to see if we can't figure out a little low altitude route back to Angwin. All right. Well, here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing potentially, I got a couple options here. I could go down. Looks like I could kind of get out of here down to Linden. And then from Linden, we could track towards Skaggs Island. We'll try to stay on that Victor 108. Oh yeah, we'll pick up Concord on the way. We might as well try to be on the oh, it's a Ritchie 6 departure. Oh boy, let's see what Ritchie 6 looks like. Oh, doggone it. Oh, that's one we can do actually. So we'll file Ritchie 6, and it looks like we will take off heading 330. We'll track this Squaw Valley VOR and turn, and we'll fly out of here. We'll pick up the Ritchie. Okay, so we're going to be Mustang and Squaw Valley, and then we'll turn, head to Spook, and then down to Linden. Okay, that'll get us, that looks pretty good. And then that gets us, oh, I flipped over to World VOR. I want the World Low. That gets us heading in the right direction here. We probably probably would go to Pope's and then into Angwin Parrot. That'll give us some options there, depending on what the wind situation is, what the weather situation is there. So, all right, a little bit of a change of plans, but yeah, downwind it was a good idea, but with it getting dark, and I think that the one thing that they just had a little bit of a difficult time with, not that they had a huge volume of traffic, but they had enough traffic just coming in and out that I think they would probably prefer some sort of an IFR flight plan just from the get-go. I had a hard time getting picking up flight following. Of course, I departed from an uncontrolled airfield, which makes things that much trickier. But it's I think the VFR route out was cool, but I think the IFR route back is going to be the way to go. Just looking at really quickly here, any altitude restrictions. It looks like I'm seeing 13,000. That's going to be the hard part for us, is getting ourselves up. So 12,000 it looks like is a restriction there. It's 12,100. Really, 12,100? That almost means I need to get up to 14,000 if I'm heading west. Then it's down. You can drop quite a bit down here, 2,300. So, yeah. So if I'm reading that correctly, yeah, I've actually got a 12.7 sort of minimum safe altitude. I wonder why it's not saying. Yeah, I'd have to look and see what that's telling me. 14,000. So I think I'm gonna file 14,000. That's gonna push this bird a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, but that's okay. I think if we take our time in the climb, we're going to be in pretty good shape. Oh, downwind, man. He's been all over on skis. He hit the Squaw Valley Ski Resort. Yeah, the 1960 Olympic Games. Not going to date myself, but I am. Yeah, going to need the oxygen. I don't even know. I think the top altitude is 18,000 in this plane. I'd have to look, but it seems like that's the number that pops up here. It's gonna be all that we can do to get there. So that'll be part of the challenge. Okay, let's get things going here again. We got to get the engine started and be on our merry way. I'd forgotten to put the flaps up, so we'll get a little bit of that action here. Fuel pump on. We'll mixture 1003. That should be good. It should be warm, so hopefully it'll fire right back up. Oh. Oh, maybe I stalled that. All right. Maybe I see if I remember how to start it if you flood it. Can't remember if you put. Trying to remember. Yeah, there is a time limit. Downwind Sim is saying for how long you can stay. Oh, hey, whoa, what's going on there?
1267, Roger. I'm just sending 4,000 on the.
There is a time limit. You can go over 10,000. Yeah, you can only be up that high for a little while. Unpressurized, obviously, but if it makes you feel any better, I live at 5,000 feet, so I'm acclimatized.
I'm switching now.
Actually, just did a little four-wheeling up, and we crossed Union Union Peak,
United
which is
Give me a frequency again. Was that 125.7?
at 11,000 feet. So that was kind of fun way to spend a day.
154.
I keep losing my
United 1267, 25.4. Thank you.
keep losing my brakes for some reason. All right, all my lights were still on. Unfortunately, that's not good. And we're going to go ahead and contact NorCal here and see if we can get our IFR clearance. And NorCal, Skylane 6182 Gulf on the ground, South Lake Tahoe. With the weather, we'd like to request IFR clearance back to Angwin Parrot.
Remember 6182 Golf, go ahead and get Oakland Center call on 127.905 for your IFR.
2799 or 5, 2 Gulf. All right, 2795. Let's hope that works this time. Oh, that's right. 1, 2, 7, 9. Okay, I am still having issues here. 1, 2.
NorCal departure, Roger, radar
why?
contact, 17,000, turn left direct, Squaw Valley, VOR, resume on Avenue.
Oh, I know why. Jiminy Christmas. This is the nav frequency. This is the COM frequency. 127. Oh my goodness. Downwind, I hope you didn't just see that because I tried to troubleshoot that problem for like 20 minutes flying into the airfield. Holy guacamole, that's not good, my friend. Alright, we will, like I say, we will try to, yeah, I wish I knew how to share pictures, man. It is absolutely stunning where we ended up. I'll talk about it as if we get going here, if I quit chit-chatting and get started. Okay, so Oakland and Oakland Center, good evening, Skylane 6182 Golf.
And 6182 Golf, Oakland Center.
Yes, sir. We're on the ground, South Lake Tahoe with the weather. We'd like to request IFR clearance to Angwin Parrot.
Oakland Center, number 2 Mike Alpha, 10,000.
So if you Google Map this might be the best way to see it. Downwind, Google Map Union Peak in Wyoming. Union Peak. You'll see.
United 2178 Oakland
See
Center,
where we went. You'll see there's a lake up there called Granite Lake.
Sacramento altimeter
It's a 10,000 foot high lake that we fish every now and again. And it was unbelievable. Sweatshirt weather, but bunch of snow up there still. Just a fantastic ride.
November 6182 Golf, I have your request.
Yeah, go ahead for 6182 Golf.
Clearance on request for 6182 Golf.
Oh, whoops. Roger. Well, let's see how
Southwest 537 to
see how close we are here. We did, I think, put together a solid route. You know, it's going to take us. Somebody loves me. I think it's going to take us pretty much around all the high traffic areas.
10,300 climbing 13,000 for noise abatement.
With any luck, we'll
be
be approved as filed.
190 to Mike Alpha, thank you.
All right, so
Southwest 1638 Oakland Center, turn 20 degrees to the right vector for the sequence.
we do need the Mustang VOR 17.9er, and you know what, if you put that in the right spot, 117.9er, yeah, look how well that works. That's pretty amazing.
Center, turn 20 degrees to the right vector for the sequence harbor, and maintain one.
We do have to initialize this, unfortunately, again, so we can get the CDI.
Oakland Center, good evening, UPS 53 Heavy, level
See how my nose bounced around? I wonder if
UPS 953,
I
Oakland
wonder
Center,
if my
climate
passengers
change,
are hopping out on me here.
Alpha 290, UPS 953 Heavy.
TOS.
Southwest 1520, commercial approach.
And
if I didn't give you
actually need
commercial approach,
113, 113.2. That's Squaw Valley. We need to have that first. We're going to track that guy first here. So we're going to take off. We're going to turn 330. We're going to intercept this 118 radial inbound to Squaw Valley. As soon as we intercept that, we're going to flip over to Mustang and we're going to intercept this 192 radial outbound to Spook. So a lot's going to happen here kind of right away, because if you remember right, there's a bunch of mountains right here. So there's also a bunch of mountains right here. So we're going to climb like a big dog. We're going to be running it wide open. Oh, that's interesting to know. Downwind Sims is saying 10 to 12,000 you can go unpressurized for up to 30 minutes. And if you go over 12,000, you're required to have oxygen all the time. So, well, that's us. I mean, we're filing 14,000. So we are going to pretend that we have those goofy little white oxygen masks, which always blows me away. Think about all the technology that you have in airplanes these days, and everything looks so cool and streamlined and awesome, and then you have these dumb little white oxygen masks. It just blows me away. Those things just look so silly. Hey, there goes a guy. He's ready to rock and roll, and he's even doing a little bit of a nose stand there to show off. No, I get the default white CRJ when I don't have a correct model match. So that guy is heading out here. You know, this is kind of dumb on my part. If this is an uncontrolled,
UPS 953,
well,
contact 15.85.
it's not, because it shows that we have clearance delivery. Yeah, so it's not uncontrolled. It is tonight because there's not enough air traffic. I was going to say we could have just departed VFR and then picked up the IFR once we got airborne, but we're not going to do that. All right, cooling off here, 63 degrees at Lake Tahoe, so I am going to make sure we have a little heat going. And we're burning fuel.
Southwest 1368. Climb maintain hold 330.
I will. Downwind, I'll try to do that. I'll put some pics up. The cool thing about that route is you get up top, and as you're heading back down, you have the Tetons basically at your 12 o'clock the whole way back. So it's just phenomenally gorgeous ride both ways, and it was, like I say, just a really fun day. We actually were working, if you can believe that. We were at an admin retreat, and we had just finished up with our kind of our last session of the day, and the boss said we need to do some kind of, we always try to do some kind of team building deal, and he put it on me and a couple of my admin friends, and said, go ahead, plan something fun, for the group. And so a lot of us have four-wheelers and really side-by-sides, and so we got 4 of them together and took I don't know, 7 or 8 of us up the mountain there. It was a lot of fun. Man, we're not getting any clearance anytime soon here, are we?
Local 125.4, 5411, good night. Good night. It's bearing 283, my frequency. Alright, we'll figure bearing 283. Number 9875, contact approach 127.
Hey, Downwind Sim, I think I see you up there scouting out trails for skiing for next year.
Oakland Center, this is South 1124, altitude level 3505.
We should, downwind, should we try to set up some kind of a voice deal on Discord here? Do you want to try that?
Kilo Juliet, sir, contact Martel approach 126.3.
Try to log in here. I don't know that I know exactly how to do it, but I think I have talked to a few other guys in the past.
UPS 618, contact Martel approach 126.3. Appreciate that.
I got a couple. I haven't been online for a little while, so let's see. Do I know? Would I be able to?
Spirit Wing
Yeah, you give me.
is with you.
Give me the A firm if you want me to try to give you a call, and we can have you aboard here for the return trip.
Oakland Center, clear back to Mustang VOR Foxtrot Mike Golf, just to maintain 14000.
Send and maintain 14000, clear to direct Foxtrot Mike Golf, Spirit Wing 310.
During 310, let know, Christian, contact Martel approach 126.3, let him know what you're direct to.
126.3, Spirit Wing 310.
Oh, all right. So, yeah, you know what? There's going to be plenty of chances to do that. So we'll figure it out. We'll coordinate one of these times, and but happy to have you along. Hopefully, I can help you kill a little bit of time. Would be sweet to get in the air here anytime soon. But
to maintain one Christian, Southwest 537, that's the direct time, Martel approach 12.
Seems like I hear somebody else that's just maybe spawned in the area.
119.2.
Taking off. Oh, how awesome does that look? Holy cow. We've got a guy that's so good. Oh, I thought he was departing backwards.
Delta 1858 Oakland Center, descend by the Slammer 3 arrival from runway 16 transition, Sacramento now, altimeter 2984. The Slammer 3, runway 16, Delta 1858.
Oakland Center, who's getting November 5, Mike Whiskey, departure runway 18 from the Tahoe, 8500 to 14, with you.
Number 2, Mike Alpha, contact Salt Lake 120.27.
Salt Lake 120.27 to Mike Alpha.
Number 2-3 Echo, contact Markel approach 9.2.
Well, this guy, he is busy. I'm telling you what, we may be in a little bit of trouble here, folks, on the return leg.
Number 6182 Golf, I have your clearance advice ready.
Ready to copy 6182 Golf.
Southwest 1124, clear the tar depression, descend maintain flight level 200 for Southwest 1124.
Maybe I need to kick a couple of these guys out so I can make this climb.
200, and our next placement is just Farmington, so we don't have anything else along the way.
Southwest 1124, Roger, I'll fix that in just 1 second. Now, 6182 Golf cleared to the 2 Oscar 3 Airport, Ritchie 6 departure, Spook, then as filed. Maintain 14000, 3277, hold for release.
Cleared to Ritchie 6 departure spook transition, then as filed will maintain 14,000, squawk 3277 will hold for release, 6182 Golf. Alright, we're in business.
Golf, feedback correct, advise number 1 for departure.
Will advise 2 Golf. Let's change our
Southwest 1124
block code here, 3277.
Hold on. Southwest 1124 cleared to Tarver intersection, Tango Alpha Romeo Victor Romeo, direct to
Beautiful. So
direct
everything is looking good. Again, we're going to just double check here one last time. 330 is going to be the departure heading. I have never flown the Ritchie 6, so this will be a learning experience for us all. 330 is the departure heading. We are going to track the 117 inbound radial, which...
South United 11, United 775 Oakland Center, are you up?
Is...
United 775,
Oh, it's telling me no. It's telling me 29 or
United
7.
775 Oakland Center, clear to legs, climb and maintain flight level 290.
All right, 297. That's 117. Yeah, sorry about that. So 297 is the reciprocal. Okay, cool. All right, taxis, nav
Delta
strobe.
1780, Delta 1380, Oakland Center, climb maintain
Strobe. I should have
level
never turned the
230.
strobe off there. Let's rock and roll.
230, 1380.
Well, thanks for your patience, downwind. Yeah, you know what? I'm still happy with the Navigraph charts. Had a little bit of an interesting thing happen tonight. I actually lost connection, and I closed it and haven't opened it back up again. So I might do that. Sounds like I've fouled the plugs here. Might have to do a quick 30-second run up. But yeah, very happy with those. The more I use them, the more comfortable I get, and the more I like them. There are some things still that SkyVector does better, and so I find myself using both now, which maybe defeats the point a little bit, but there are times like tonight where I've just basically used SkyVector the whole time. When I'm flying Slant Alpha, and I want to make sure that I'm truly relying on my instrument navigation skills, my radio navigation skills, like tonight. I just try to use the SkyVector when I'm in something where I like that confirmation about where I'm at and am I on the right path and that kind of stuff. Or I'm flying just a regular Slant Golf or Slant Lima flight plan. I'll fire it up just so I, just stay current and used to it. But yeah, very good tool, no question about it.
Delta 683 Oakland Center, appreciate the help.
Going the wrong way. I need runway 36. I'm going the wrong way. That's not good. Alright.
Oakland Center, climb maintain for level 290.
Sorry about that, South Lake Tahoe. This is a pretty airport for a default airport. You can see it's got the Orbix small airport upgrade charm to it. It's got static trucks and stuff with their lights on, people walking around. The airport lights themselves look a lot better. It's got a little bit of special touch, but it's still, if you look, it's still pretty, little things like that are kind of nicer, but for the most part it's still pretty blocky and rectangular, So, but, they do a little bit of this where it kind of tries to not look quite so blocky. All right, well, we'll head back down to runway 36. If nothing else, the extra long taxi helped to, clear out the plugs a little bit, right?
With you, flight level 360. In 23 Oakland Center, Roger.
Checking out the weather, still looks like we're in great shape here. 2 Oscar 3 is reporting some partly cloudy skies now. Some scattered at 11,400, but really a pretty nice night there overall.
Was that November 6th Gulf Mike calling Oakland Center? Affirmative.
We're going to go ahead. There is quite a bit of
Roger, verify you do have the airport in sight.
Threshold here that we're going to use every bit of it, just because we're going to try to climb as much as we can as we're going into this wind.
Thank you. You can expect visual approach, and it's 12 o'clock 10.
Alright, flaps coming to approach. Just about to the end of the runway. We'll make our call ready for departure, and we'll be ready to go. It's not a long flight back. It's
Local Standard Delta 2722.
about 200 miles is all, so about an hour flight time once we get going.
Delta Cruise Envoy 3095 Oakland Center. Clear at the Tarver intersection. Tango Alpha
We won't be
Romeo
wandering
Victor
around
Romeo
like we did
direct.
on the way up. Of course, on the way up we had a little bit of a tailwind, so I think the flight time was a little bit quicker.
Oakland Center, Delta 49 heavy with you, flight level 320. Delta 4, Christian Delta 459 Oakland Center, Roger. Delta 1591 Oakland Center, you already checked in. Envoy 3095 Oakland Center, you up.
And it's Envoy 3095, yes, sir, with you level 280.
All right.
Delta 1380, level 280,
Here we are, and we are ready to go.
Oakland Center on the last P3D, extending up level 255 on the altitude. On 32, altimeter 2997. Yeah.
Do I have my altimeter set? Yes, I do. Oh,
That's the one call flight has the field. There are one Gulf Line clear visual approach Lake Tahoe Airport, report cancellation on IFR this frequency. Clear visual approach Tahoe Airport, report IFR cancellation for this frequency, one Gulf Line.
oh, he might be coming in where we're coming.
Delta 683 maintains 25 knots to the descent. 253 knots, Delta 23. Yeah, 2170, contact Mark Hill approach 25.4.
I think there's a difference between. Oh, there he is. Okay.
United. Revert to the sun. Spring 283 to center maintain 14,000, contact Mark Hill approach 126.3.
Two five one zero four separate flight request descent.
Tough to get a word in edgewise sometimes.
Yeah, go for it.
That was 2298, we're with you. Climate view 12,600 for follow 190.
Southwest 20, climb maintain, flight level 2, correction, climb maintain, flight level 350.
Follow 350, Southwest 2298.
Skyline 6182 Gulf, Lake Tahoe, ready for departure.
Our 6182 Golf, release for departure, clearance if not off in 5 minutes.
Release for departure, clearance void if not off in 5 minutes. To Gulf. Shouldn't be a problem.
South 1124, contact Park Hello for 11.2. 1.2, for top of 1124, bye.
Guy inbound. Let's just one last check here.
23, we like to start our
And, oh, he's coming in.
American 23,
Oh, boy. We may need to
descend via the
need to hang tight here.
Altimeter 2997.
He's landing the wrong way.
descend via the arrival on 2997 American 23.
He's landing the wrong
Envoy
way.
3095.
And
Alright.
they're with you 280.
Well, that's going to make things
Envoy
maybe more of a
3095
challenge than I
making
thought
16,000.
because it may take him more than 5 minutes to get
Envoy
down.
395 altimeter 2997.
Okay, well, you know,
Open 30.
Park Hello Approach 125.4.
it's all part of the experience, honey.
Delta 1850, contact Park Hello Approach 125.4.
Sorry, the only reason I'm looking out the back here
29305 Shadow Oakland Center, Roger.
is I don't have a camera set to go. Yeah, he landed the wrong way.
Foxtrot, we're just standard 1650 as descent.
Number 250 Charlie Foxtrot.
So
I'm
be
not
it.
even looking. I'm not even seeing you tagged up with anybody. Contact NorCal Approach
gonna
125.4.
We're gonna get out here and
I'm 254.
line up and wait. Like I say, we want to use all the runway we can. Not that we're worried about getting airborne, but we want to have that extra space built in to climb. All right, he is clear of the runway.
361 contact NorCal Approach
Everything is
13.95.
ready to rock and roll, and Full throttle, here we go.
Alaska 474, climb maintain flight level 340, contact Seattle Center 124.2.
That's the 340 and over to Seattle for Alaska 474.
Delta 1591 descend via the Diamonds 5 arrival.
Kind of wandering a little bit here, sorry about that. Alright, we are airborne.
November 5 Mike Whiskey, Oakland Center.
Right.
Number 5 Mike Whiskey, clear deck to Slammer.
Trying to get to that 90 knots and struggling a little bit here.
97 turn rating,
We're going to
330
turn
vectors for the sequence,
on our
16,000.
330 heading.
Southwest 1897, turn right heading 330, and
Flaps will come up.
6,000 vectors for your descent.
Oops, a little too much of a turn there. Not making great power right now, I'll tell you what. I know we're at altitude, but
It's okay.
yeah, we're just having a little bit of trouble here. Let's see, I'm going to set the heading.
22, turn right, heading
And
330 vectors for your descent. It's going to maintain flight level 210.
alright, so we're going to watch
Right 330, 240.
this as we climb, and we're going to track this outbound. Again, that's heading toward the Squaw Valley VOR. It appears to me, it's not really to scale, but it appears to me like a very short leg, and then we will pick up the Mustang VOR, and that's gonna help us track a little bit more to the southwest. So looks like they're taking us out a fair amount over the lake, which makes sense.
There are 45 X-rays here, contact Markel approach 126.3.
Try to climb at 1,000 here for a little bit, just see how we do. Yeah, we're not holding that 90 very well, are we? Alright, well, we don't want to stall out, so let's we'll back it off.
Oakland Center 125.85.
I don't know if I'm squawking Charlie right now, but I need to make sure that I am.
Receiver 288,
I
contact
don't
Oakland
have,
Center
for some reason that didn't
125.85.
take my squawk code. Okay, hang tight here. 3277.
Southwest 1897, turn left there, Slammer.
377. I must have hit backspace instead of enter. Alright, sorry about that, folks. Well, now I've lost my
Southwest 1897,
airspeed here. I'm running wide open, folks.
Slammer 3 arrival.
Alright, we'll back off a little bit here and try to get that airspeed back up. This would be a bad place to stall out. I'm not gonna lie, we're right over the top of the lake. I don't have my swim trunks on.
Okay, I thought I gave it to you. Contact Markel approach 119.2.
Lean. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Still no voice. Yeah, CTAF. It's so needed, isn't it? It is so needed. Yeah, thanks for the reminder there, Downwind. I'm leaning it out. That should help with our power a little bit. Absolutely. Okay, just about getting to that outbound leg. We'll engage the nav. There, look at that. There's our power going up. Beautiful. See, that's why I need you in this right-hand seat, Downwind. Actually, if I'm honest, I need to be in the right-hand seat. You need to be in the left-hand seat. Alright, just about to intercept
November 5, Mike Whiskey, Oakland Center.
8,000 feet. We're going to nudge this up here and see if we can get crazy and get 700 feet per minute. Dare to dream. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's engage nav. Let's go chase that VOR outbound. let's say a little prayer that we're going to get
Oakland Center,
above.
Westland
I
1990
think
with
we
you,
have to be
exiting,
up above.
16,000 for 190 and maintain heading 360.
Now, one of those peaks that we came in on was 10,000 feet, so this looks like
Westland
it's a little bit
1990
lower
Oakland Center, turn
if I
right heading
if I remember
150, expect direct shafter.
from the map.
Right 150, expect direct shafter.
We're looking at, yeah, I'm not going to look right now
And
because I'm
Westland
still looking at the
1990
departure,
climbing,
but
level 2
yeah, we're doing
290,
okay. So
next
now I want to tune in. Let's see, the Mustang VOR is 117.9er. So we're going to stay on this heading. Let me spin this heading around because we're generally tracking the way we want to track. I don't have two nav radios set up
Delta
in this.
27 to descend to maintain flight level 00.
Stay heading mode here.
Delta 27,
We will switch this over to Mustang
Number 5 Mike
117.9er.
Whiskey, clear direct to Posner,
And
descend
we
via
will
the
be
bypass
heading,
rearrival.
it's the outbound 192. Let's spin that guy around here and see. We want to intercept that guy.
622 Golf Oakland Center, are you trying to call?
Negative 2 Golf.
Roger.
So, whoops, I'm sorry. So if it's, yeah, I need the reciprocal there, don't I? Outbound, outbound, outbound. Losing a little bit of power. Yes, I am noticing that. We're going to go ahead and shallow up our descent a little bit. Okay, so if it's 09 or 2 outbound, that's going to put us in. Wait a second. I think we already are past it. Looks like we flew past it. It was a really short leg, so you know you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. You get up to 330, you intercept this Squaw Valley. It's just this little tiny leg right here, and then we should be heading out towards Spook. We'll see if we can pick it back up here.
Number 5 Mike Whiskey, verify direct exposure. I need you direct exposure, sir.
Okay, now the further, sorry about that. I'm not with you.
I think that's pretty close to
West of 1990, contact Oakland Center 125.85.
192.
125.85 for next 90, thanks.
I think.
Delta 22, turn right heading
Alright, we do have a little bit of terrain to still be nervous about. So,
Delta 2722, turn right heading 150, and expect direct Mustang.
150, we're expecting direct Mustang, Delta 2722.
I think we're going to be okay here. Maintaining still good power.
And
You can just get this outbound figured out. I think we'll be in good shape here as well.
Southwest 2038 Oakland Center climbing.
As we're climbing, we're in pretty good shape. So again, I think we flew out here a little bit. So we're trying to re-intercept this outbound leg to Spook. It's a 25 nautical mile leg. That's added on to a 36 nautical mile leg. So it's a grand total of 61 DME out to Spooks. And then from Spook, we turn
You're doing 361 Oakland Center.
to Linden, right? Is that what we felt? Yes, Linden. So then we'll be able to tune that in. Looks like
Delta
it's
2722, appreciate that. Turn right to Mustang.
a 029 outbound radial there to Linden. So,
Right turn, direct
all
Mustang,
right. So we're
watching,
watching the countdown here to 61. Do I have that turned on, by the way? Yes, I do. Okay, so we're 38 miles away right now. Just getting a little bit closer to being on track.
To light that region one navigation.
I would imagine that is a specific outbound course to maybe avoid the highest
361
peaks here. So I do want to try to honor that as much as I possibly can. And
Alright,
let's
the
see
bananas are calling
here.
at the request, go ahead.
I'm going to turn that on here. Just probably a little bit.
And the 6 Golf
Well, if that's nicer to look at or not.
Weather IFR at SAC Metro departing runway 36.
Bonanza, Christian, November 5, Mike Whiskey, Panic Park, Elevator 125.4. Yep.
All right, so making good power again. Let's nudge this back up to 500 for a little while, just to make sure we get clear. We're already over 10,000, which that makes me feel good because the highest peak again coming in was just shy of 10,000. We did see again though on the chart here, the low altitude airway chart, that we had some terrain a little bit further south of the airfield that
American 23, Panic Park, Elevator 119.2.
is up at 12,700. So we keep the climb going. The longer the better. We are right at the red line here as far as RPM. We could probably stand to pull back just a little bit. We don't want to.
Southwest 212 Oakland Center, lower and
don't want to overstress the engine here. It's worked mighty hard up to this point. So we're going to go ahead. We'll bring this back down.
Bonanza 61 Golf Mike.
About 400.
Clearance on request.
Yeah, we're just about to pick up that outbound radial, so that's looking much better. And there we go. We'll see you later. Lake Tahoe. I think we can turn off the taxi and the landing lights at this point in time. I don't know how it looks from the outside. Oh, not bad. Probably not an area that I spend enough time in, to be honest with you. I need to pick up, I think there is some scenery. I don't know who exactly makes it, but I do think Tahoe has some scenery. Yeah, losing a little bit of our airspeed here. We're going to go ahead and level off slightly. Speaking of scenery, I do need to let you know that
You're doing 361 Connect Oakland Center 125.85.
the scenery that we're using today, the Pope Valley and the Angwin Parrot, that's those are freeware sceneries that are offered by Turbulent Designs. So they do a lot of work as well with Orbix, but in this case these two are separate, and they come together. If you download the 2 Oscar 3, which is Angwin Parrot, if you download that regional airport, you'll get the 05 Charlie Lima Pope Valley, and it's supposed to be a grass field. What you saw us fly out of was obviously not rendered quite correctly. It looked like a little bit of a combination of a dirty
Thanks.
a dirty paved
Delta
runway.
2722, your time has come. Connect Mark Approach 126.3. Appreciate the
Your
help.
time has come. There must be holding going on. I don't even know. I haven't looked. I'm just peeking out here. Yeah, I don't see a lot of holding. I mean, there's only 20 arrivals into Reno and 24 into Sacramento. I wondered if some of the others, like San Francisco. No, San Francisco only has 18 themselves, so.
Number 1 Golf Mike cleared from the Tahoe Airport to the Sacramento International Airport. The other runway 34 obstacle departure procedure, then as filed.
So
maintain
44 miles again. We're looking for 61, and then when we get to 61, that's the Spook intersection. We're going to go ahead and tune in Linden, which is 114.8.
Via the
I think we can go ahead and get that loaded up.
Maintain 114.8. Number 1 Golf Mike, read back corrected the number 1 for departure, frequency change.
I'll be ready to go.
1 Golf Mike.
Well, all right, so
Skies 5908, Oakland Center, climb, maintain 502.
oops, I don't want to switch over just yet. Oh, darn it. That's the wrong thing. I want to continue to track. I want to continue to track that. It's the Mustang VOR. I want to continue to track that guy outbound. We're not quite 61 nautical miles out just yet, so yeah, I just accidentally flipped over the frequency there, and that's not good.
Oakland Center, American 367 with you, flight level 340.
American 367, Oakland Center, roger.
Oakland Center, citation 427, Victor Kilo 14,500.
Citation 427, Victor Kilo, altimeter 2997.
907,
Southwood, correction, guys, 5908, connect Oakland Center 125.85.
Speed's coming back up nicely. Again, we're looking for 14,000. We're just about to 12,000. So we've been nice and patient and steady, and I feel like we're
Southwest 2038, connect
in
Oakland
pretty
Center
good shape. If I
134.55.
had to, I could turn the map on and just make sure that the terrain is not an issue.
Oakland Center, West
But,
198, back with you now, climbing out of 51287.
Again, trying to just stay as true as I can to true VOR navigation here. So we're going to leave that off, at least for now. I will tell you that on Wednesday, when
Westwood
we
1990, Oakland Center, climb maintain flight
ran into IMC conditions in the middle of the Italian Alps,
Yeah, roger that.
I turned that on right quick.
Thank you for the double clear.
and that was a VFR flight, and that became a
left bridge 126.
climb out of danger and divert ASAP. It was the
Yeah,
canyon we were flying out of is actually too tight to do a procedure turn, and so we our out in that case was to just climb. But it was interesting how much,
Delta Lima, Oakland Center,
I guess, how comforting it was, or how reassuring it was to
9 Delta Lima, climb maintain
be able to pull up that terrain feature. And even though this is just a simulated flight, it's not a real flight, I actually felt genuine relief. It was kind of interesting to be able to know that even though visually I knew the area well, and I knew I'd be able to climb out and be safe. I was in the Duke, which climbs like a rocket ship, but it was still nice to be able to have that, be able to have that confirmation that we were on the right track. Yeah, downwind standard, we're looking for 61. Yep, from Mustang, so we're just about 50 right now. That'll be, yep, the Spook intersection, and then we have the
Oakland Center, Airbus 1 Echo Alpha would
got the Linden VOR already set and ready to go. So we're kind of getting in this area right here. So we'll be
Airbus
making this turn
1 Echo Alpha, Oakland Center, climbing maintain flight level 230.
kind of tuning in this. Looks like it's a 029 outbound radial from Linden, so just about there. That's about as far south as we're going to go, and then the rest of it will be to the west for the most part. One thing I hope, I don't know, this is something interesting. I don't know if Angwin Parrot, I don't know if it has night lighting. I'm gonna check and see here. Boy, oh boy. Let's see. I've got 10 miles. I can look at this. I'll let you look at it with me here downwind. Let's see if we can make heads or tails of this. And see. Let's see. Status, control, beacon, none. Uh-oh. Lighting, see remark. Oh boy, that's usually not good. What's the remark?
Oakland Center Bonanza 6-1 Golf Mike 1 short 36 Lake Hot, or correction Lake Tahoe, ready to go. There 6-1 Golf Mike, release for departure, clearance for distance off in 2 minutes.
So the way downwind, the way I have this panel set up, I actually don't have a VOR 2. I'll talk about that here in just a minute. Maybe you can help me troubleshoot that. But all right, so it does have some low intensity edge lighting. All right. Well, okay. We're gonna have to just see. Oh, I lost my airspeed. Let's turn the pitot heat on here and get that back. I hear the 1,000 to go beep. So, all right, with the Yeah, edge lighting low. So I think that'll be enough for what we need. If not, we'll divert. I'm easy tonight. So here's what we have in the when I installed the GNS 750. I took out the second nav radio, and I just
Delta 459 connect NorCal approach 125.4.
I keep forgetting to put it back in. And so I only have, like I say, I only have this one nav radio right now, which I know is not good. At least I don't think I do. Let me fire this guy up and see what happens. Yeah, so all I have is comm and standby here. So I have two comm frequencies, but I only have the one nav frequency. So I just have it on standby here. In about 6 miles, we'll flip it over and we'll be good to go. But yeah, I'm with you downwind. The no beacon is not encouraging because this is set in the mountains a little bit here. So, you know, we're going to have to, I think we're just going to have to kind of take a look and see how we feel on the approach. We have a lot of options around us, and if we had to, we could divert. There's a number of different places. I'm seeing, you know, Santa Rosa is nearby, but yeah, this is
Delta Center Bonanza 61 Golf Mike about 2 to the northwest of Lake Tahoe 7,300 climbing 12,000.
almost to 14,000. Let's get to 14,000. I thought I turned the pitot heat on. Did I not?
Golf Mike, Oakland Center, yes, stand by. Hey, you're below my radar.
Yeah, pitot heat is on. I don't know why I'm not getting an airspeed at this point in time. Yeah, I actually did that already once on accident, so I know it's active.
Mike, when you can, reset transpond, squawk 3204. 3204, 1 Golf Mike. There, 1 Golf Mike, radar contact, north, Lake
Oops,
Tahoe,
just blew right through 14,000.
Maintain 12,000, 1 Golf Mike. November 9er Delta Lima, quick visual approach into the Lake Tahoe airport. And 13,000.
Oxygen masks on. Yep, they are on. No doubt about it here. Once we get, honestly, once we get down to Linden, we actually could start the descent. I'll pull this. I actually think we would be.
Contact NorCal approach 13 Christian 125.
I think we'd be okay. So we had. Now we still need to keep it up here till it looks like once we get past the Catso, we can come back down a little bit here. So we'll maybe start our descent. Well, no, I take that back. We are IFR right now, so we need ATC clearance to do any of that. But yeah, so we'll just keep the oxygen masks on. Alright, there we go. 14,000. Are we going to hold it this time? Hopefully. We've lost our airspeed indicator, which is not good.
Welcome, sir. Good evening.
We do have the pitot heat on.
320 for 300.
6437, Oakland Center, descend by the Slimer 3 arrival, runway 16 transition, Sacramento National Altimeter 2984.
Not exactly sure what's going on. We'll go ahead and reclose the cow flaps. We're in good shape as far as that goes.
Whichever one it is, runway 16, American 6437.
That's going to be a little concerning on the descent here.
And Sacramento National Altimeter 2984 for American 6437.
Hopefully that frozen pitot tube will unfreeze here at some point in time. I didn't realize we were getting into any kind of icing conditions, but yeah, in fact it says icing none.
American 367 is the maintain.
Alright, so there's 60 and a half. We're managed to capture that outbound
American
leg.
367, descend to maintain flight level 30.
320, American 367.
Close enough here. Whoops. Let's transfer that frequency over. And there it is. We're alive. And again, we're looking at...
Roger. Delta 857, Uncle Sir, Roger. Local Boeing 546 on the ground at Lake Tahoe, clearance to Reno.
trying to confirm here.
What was the call sign at Lake Tahoe? Boeing 546.
We want the
Boeing
029er.
Cleared to from the Lake Tahoe Airport to the Reno Airport. Richie 6 departure. Richie direct to main 3000.
I think I'm pretty
Walk
close.
3335. Hold
Right
for
there. We're gonna let's go ahead and pop the nav on here and we'll make sure we get on it. How close are we? That looks like 029, doesn't it? Close enough. It's gonna have to make a little bit of a left-hand turn to try to get back on the radial here, but
Alright, well, ready for you,
oh, actually, hold the phone, Central. Heading mode engaged again. Actually, I have the VOR2 in the wrong way here, the radial 2 in the wrong way. Doggone it. There we go.
JetBlue 365, contact Oakland Center 14.55.
Much better, much better. Sorry about that, passengers.
3455, JetBlue 365, see ya.
Oops. Monitor airspeed with the GPS until you get the airspeed indicator back. Yeah. So we'll just take a look here. Set my timer. 45 nautical miles. Let's go 10 nautical miles here. Let's see how long it takes, and it'll give us a little bit of a feel.
88 Oakland Center, descend to maintain flight level 3, standby. Delta Charlie November 8.
Good idea, downwind sim.
320.
Down to 320, Delta Charlie. Maybe.
Thank you. American 367 traffic 1 o'clock, 15 miles southbound at the MD 8330.
Roger, we've got him on our decaf now.
Roger.
And
We got a little bit of traffic to our 11 o'clock, but
Roger,
no
traffic
factor.
11 o'clock and 15 miles westbound. It's a 737-30, flight level 320.
Alright, we're looking for the traffic, 920.
You got a fly buzzing me here,
Sorry, yep.
defending its territory apparently.
Gas 5908, Oakland Center, up.
Well, nighttime is upon us, ladies and gentlemen, and this has kind of become a monitor the cockpit type of flight, which is, I know, not the most exciting thing in the world, but it is, from an av geek standpoint, pretty cool.
Whistling 1990, Roger.
I just got a text from the missus. I'm going to need to step away for just 1 second to go help her out. I'll be right back.
New Zealand 367, Roger. American 785, maintain flight level 300, or should maintain flight level 310 for now. LFI 1's clear of traffic. There are 9 Delta Lima. Do you have the airport site?
That's a negative right now.
TOS not available.
Number 622 Golf, contact NorCal approach 127.4.
TAWS available.
And what was 46 runway? Okay, I have your request. Was 618. Are you on this frequency? Going 546, release departure, clearance void, if not off in 2 minutes.
Alright, we're reach departure for clearance void 2 minutes, 1546.
November 9 Delta Lima turn. Let's see, November 9 Delta Lima turn left heading 330 vectors for traffic out of Lake Tahoe.
Water turn 30, vector traffic.
Delta 857 descent pilot discretion maintain 16, that pressure maintain 14,000.
All right.
Green altimeter 299.
Wife is taken care of. By the way, downwind, you'll be happy to hear she's doing very well. Appreciate you checking on her like you have been. Actually, I thought she was already crashed out and in bed, but healing recovery process has been very, very good. Okay, we're just about to 10 DME, and I'm gonna do a quick check. We lost our speed. All right, so I'm seeing 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's see if I remember how to do distance equals rate times time. So 5.5 minutes to go 10 DME. Where's my calculator at here? So
367 descend by the diamond arrival.
if distance equals rate times time, then rate equals distance divided by time. So 35 DME divided by 5.5 is 6 miles per minute. That ain't right.
Pressure record 785 climbing.
Laughing at my airplane? What are you laughing at, downwind? I'm trying to do math here. Dang it. I'm also trying to listen for calls I'm afraid I'm missing. Alright, I need my notebook. As Chevy Chase would say, it was my understanding there would be no math. So we went, well, my pen's not working either. Well, that's going to be tough. It'll be tough to make that work. Alright, 10 DME and 5. That pen's not working. Maybe I'll stick a fork in it. Not worry about it. It's been that kind of night.
Delta E57, contact NorCal approach 119 airplane.
I'm not laughing. Math is hard. Well, the sad part is I'm an old math teacher, but what I tell everybody, I'm more of a concept guy, not really a numbers man. And I'm getting text messages from my secretary at the same time. She's got some ideas for our school. Oh, it's a sign, a middle school sign that says Fortnite detox begins at 8 a.m. on Monday. My front office secretary is saying, "Can we please do this?" I'm going to give them the green light if they want. Alright, so... Okay, no... Can't work it out on paper, so I'm going to have to... So, okay, so yeah, rate miles per hour, right? But instead of hours, I have minutes. I have 5.5 minutes, so the first thing I have to do is convert that to hours. So that's 300... Excuse me. 5.5 minutes is... 0.091 hours. So I went 10 miles in basically 0.09 hours. So my airspeed right now is about 110, which is about what you'd expect. This thing does about 120, so I feel like we're okay. Now, don't expect me to do that on approach downwind, because that just didn't happen. But right now 111, and it's really knots and miles. It's not exactly a straight conversion either, so I think we're in that range, which is good. And again, I don't know what's happened, but
if you're here, connect NorCal up for 127.4.
Over to NorCal 127.4, 6182 Gulf. See ya. Alright, 127.4. Yeah, that's the last frequency I was on. So I need to report that we're inbound, what did I say? We're inbound Linden, 40 miles, no, 20 miles. At NorCal approach, good evening, Skylane 6182 Gulf at 14,000. We're 20 miles 27 miles northeast of Linden, inbound. Okay, so like an idiot, I just cracked open a Dr. Pepper.
22 Golf, NorCal approach. Hello, I got Sacramento altimeter for you. That is 2984.
2984, appreciate that. A2 Golf. 2984.
And November 82 Golf, confirm your inbound to 2 on screw 3.
That's a firm, 2 Golf. Got a little climbing to do now because of that altimeter changed. So let's go ahead and do that. Anyway, I'm just popping open a Dr. Pepper.
Well, probably don't have any disregard.
Okay, thank you. I could go direct popes, but I don't have that ability when I'm slant alpha. So yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, so my the Fortnite thing, it's on, you know, the marquee out in front of the school. My 2 secretaries now, my other one's chimed in and wants to do it too. So I think that, yeah, I'm gonna give them the green light. I have a lot of my kids, and now it's going to be worse because the one 16-year-old just won the World Fortnite tournament or whatever and is a millionaire now. So, you know, all those kids that we keep saying, look, you can't make a living playing video games, they're going to say, well, what about the one dude that made $3 million winning a Fortnite tournament? He's our age, basically. I mean, he's a little bit older, but not much. He's like a 9th grader. It's going to be a tougher sell this year. Oh well, the nice thing about middle school kids is there's always something else to distract them. Speaking of distractions, so on my 3rd Dr. Pepper of the night, and yes, it is late my time. It is after 9 o'clock, which is past my bedtime.
5762 contact, Oakland, correction, contact NorCal approach 125.4.
So loading up on some more caffeine right before bed.
Southwest 1282 state attention.
Not a good idea on my part, but you know what? What the heck?
On the arrival
It is what it is.
Right.
Southwest 1282 negative. I see to be southeast of the arrival by, well, actually northeast of the arrival by about 10 miles. Turn left heading 3 correction. Turn left heading 2900.
Heading rescue.
Oh, we flew past.
1282.
That's interesting. Gave me the alarm after I went past my altitude there. Wonder what's going on there. All right, I'm gonna do that. So what I need to do here is I need to figure out how to get. All right, while we do this, we're in. We still have 20 miles, so I'm gonna see if I just need to get the Discord app on my phone here, because that would allow me to.
So 1282 is going to maintain 4,000 flight in 300.
That would allow me to
Descending to 4,000.
just download those guys
Can you
directly.
just repeat that flight heading? Southwest 1282.
80 Southwest 1582 280.
Yeah, now my phone's being weird.
0 Southwest 1282.
So if you downwind, probably if you wait for me, it's going to be 3 days. But if you go and just Google like a school sign that says Fortnite detox, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's made the rounds. I think I actually saw it last year. But
61 Golf, like 2000 kilo.
yeah, it's worth the search. But I want to also be able to share those.
No, 1282 contact for calibration 125.4.
I want to also be able to share those Union Peak photos. So that'd be again kind of nice.
Contact 125.4 and 10 degrees. I just missed tail left to the right, Southwest 1282.
All right, let's try this again.
270 Southwest 1282, thanks.
That's really bizarre. So it's telling me all right, I don't have the energy to try to troubleshoot my phone as well as my pitot and airspeed indicator and do math. Let's not forget about that. So I think we're just gonna let that rock and roll. Here's what I could do. I guess it's a little bit of a workaround, but I guess I could if I was so motivated.
One
Let me
Golf.
try this real quick.
Norcal approach. State position.
Let me try this really quick.
It's 61 Golf Mike, 2 miles to the southwest Sacramento VOR.
Alright, so there's a 6-1 Golf Mike, and we're a 8-2 Golf. I see myself talking over that guy at least once.
Southeast of the Sacramento VOR, I see a guy about 30 to the south of 1200.
Negative. We are 3939 to the southwest of the Sacramento VOR 12000. That ends the 61 Golf Mike.
Alright, I wonder how many. We're going to try this. We're going to see if we can.
Golf Mike, Roger. Don't have the radar track for you. If you're inbound to Sacramento International, go ahead and give a call to the Illinois.
Sorry for talking to myself here. We're going to try to see if I can email that to myself, and then maybe if I can email it to myself, I can actually just download it onto this machine and post. Alright. Hey, IMC conditions. Well, it's a good thing we are IFR this time. We're 14 miles from Linden. We are at precisely 111 miles per hour. I don't know what that converts to in terms of knots, but in that range. We have no idea. I do have the pitot heat on, but we have lost our airspeed indicator, so we're going to have to, when we land, have to go to the maintenance hangar and find out what's going on. Again, this is an A-to-A aircraft. So it does have failures, and things wear out.
Alright, Bonanza 61 Golf Mike. Sorry,
I don't know how well those
I
night
did
lights
the radar
look,
track,
but
I didn't shoot the
that is just phenomenal.
I'm going to maintain 4,000 for now, Bonanza 61 Golf Mike.
I keep telling myself I'm going to pick up, black marble or something and just see what that does. But man, the city glow, and it just looks pretty stinking phenomenal. I'm not even going to do this. Let's turn the glare shield off. Let's see if that does enhances some. Yeah, you can pick up some more of the city lights. I don't know what that looks like as far as the stream goes, but that's beautiful. Alright, here we go. 11 miles and our turn. I probably should take a little peek at where the heck we're going here. We will be turning 251 and tracking to Concord 117.0, and then we start to make that final turn coming home. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of a clearance to descend. Alright, do I have 117.0 entered in? I don't believe I do. No. 1170. We're not going to transfer that.
Expect left base runway 211 right as it's closer to GA Perk.
We'd would love 16 right for bands 1 Golf Mike.
One Golf Mike, no problem.
One Gulf Mike. There's another call sign with Gulf in it. What do they expect me to do? Pay attention?
260 heading and expecting me right base 16 right minutes 1 Golf Mike.
Alright, under 9 miles now. Okay, making some progress with the photos. Very good, very good. The only thing I've ever uploaded onto Discord has been screenshots. So this will be new to me, but let's see. I feel like I need to have a channel or something set up here. Alright, well. Oh. Let's see if those came across, man. Should be. Where are they? Where are they? I see one of them. The first one I'm sharing with you, by the way, on Discord it's a selfie. So, you know, if you ever wanted to put a name with the face, you can check that out. Five miles to go till we make our turn. Go ahead and spin that around 251. Find the knob in the dark here. 251. Here it is. Alright, here's a couple others that I was able to locate that I'll send your way. And you can kind of get a feel for what it looks like. The first one, well, the next one is it's overlooking. It's kind of a first little hill that we crest. It's at about 7,000 feet, and you can see there's a lake called Lake of the Woods in the foreground, and then the Teton mountain range is in the background. A little hazy. We have some fires, but going to the west of us. And then the second shot is actually at the very top of Union Peak. It's the highest point there, like I say, right about 11,000 feet. And again, you can see the difference. If you zoom in a little bit, you can still see Lake of the Woods, and of course you can still see the Tetons. You can really see there's a lot of basically peaks in the Wind River Mountains that you can pick out. Okay, we're getting close here, 2 miles, and then that last shot at the bottom again is that's Granite Lake. Granite Lake, you have to drop down about 1,000 feet to get down into the lake. But just a super gorgeous lake. It's hard to see, but there's some waterfalls and things like that are down there. And
Just confirm with a 310 heading or a 010 heading for 1 Golf Link? Remember 61 Golf Mike to 010 heading.
Yep.
Contact code Pacella 125.
Nice country. Fun way to spend a day. All right, so we are going to actually have to track the radial outbound here a little bit. So the VOR that we need to head towards is not yet tracking. So we're just going to go outbound a little bit here. We're going to take a look at some cool city lights, and yeah, we'll just kind of pay attention. This should start counting up. Yep, there it is. We're 3 miles outbound. The leg itself here, let me just look. It's not a super long leg. Looks like 49, maybe 49 total miles. I wonder why that's not tracking. We're hoping to pick up the Concord VOR 117.00. If we don't here, we'll track this one out. Like I say, track it out 49 DME, and then we'll make our turn. Hey, Al South checking in. Hello, my friend. Welcome to Friday Night Ops, man. I'm on the way back home from South Tahoe, and we made like a little bit of a southward loop here, but we've just turned. We were at the Lindley VOR, and we've just made this westward turn. We're heading on this leg, so you've come at a good time, because Downwind and I have been trying to figure out exactly what the lighting is going to look like, because the charts say we're heading into an airfield called Angwin Parrott, and the charts say no beacon. And how did they put it? Something about you posted it actually. Edge lighting, low intensity. Yes, that's right. Haven't been around for a while. Yeah, super busy with work. I know I know the other day you were at work. I think it was like a Sunday or something. You were at work cranking stuff out, man. So hats off to you, man. It's lots of much respect for everybody who puts in the extra hours to get the job done, man. That's a great it's a great thing to do, and yeah, I don't know what you do for work, man, but I appreciate work ethic, and I'm an old coach, and I know that goes a long way no matter what your job is. So God bless you, man. I hope you're able to get some things done, and you know, it's time to get your butt in the air, man. It's time to get on VATSIM. I know you guys have been working on it, you know, it's time to play a little bit. Don't forget to play some. All right, 10 miles out. Not 100% sure why we're not picking up that Buchanan Field Concord. I'm gonna double check that. Yeah, 117.0. That's what we should have. But a minute ago it was not tracking. Yep, and still nothing. So we're gonna have to rely on the outbound VOR from Linden, and that's sometimes the way it goes. That is, I don't know about you, but that does something for me, man. That is awesome. I don't know how well that's coming across on the stream, but that is just tremendous. This is probably the single best part of the upgrade from P3D 4.4 to 4.5 right here. They've made some nice adjustments with lighting, and this was not in 4.4. They had just lost this. Sacramento, I could try Sacramento 15 too. Yeah, that's Sacramento's north of us, right? All right, let's see if that. Yep, that's not even. Oh, yep, that one's alive. So, yeah, just something about that that VOR that it's not liking. I'm curious. Oh, are we starting to lose air traffic? I didn't hear him sign off, but then again, I haven't been paying attention. We do have the Point Reyes. I'm just curious. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. Not that we need to do this, because we're like out in here somewhere, but I could probably tune the Point Reyes VOR in, and it's not exactly on this Victor airway, but it would be close. I wonder. Let's just out of curiosity. I mean, that's another. Oh, I don't know how much farther out that is, but that's quite a ways further than this Concord VOR. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to give that a try. So that was 113.7. And again, more just out of curiosity than anything else. 113.7. And oh, that one actually tracks. Yeah, so we just have a VOR that's no longer operational. So, and you know what? That's so be it. I'm okay tracking. I'll leave that in though, because when we get to when we get here, and again, I'm just looking to make sure I'm doing my math right here. 49, 32 to here, plus another 10 plus 7, so 49 miles from VOR to VOR. So when we get to 49 miles, we actually are tracking toward Point Reyes on this 259er. So I'll leave that in, and we'll use that. It's just a little 7-mile leg, but you know, it might help us a little bit here. And then with any luck, somewhere in that neighborhood, we'll get some descent clearance, and we'll start heading down. But anyway, back to me gawking about outside. Lovely. I don't know what that looks like from. Do I have a camera angle from outside? Yeah, that's kind of cool. Got the Milky Way. Got the old Sky Lane. Got a little bit of light coming in here. Got an airfield. Who knows what airfield that is? That's pretty sweet. Pretty darn sweet. What a fun sim. Could identify pits off the Sacramento VOR. Yeah, we could, I guess. We could. Yeah, we could. We probably would pick up, because I'm guessing, well, we're not 32 miles out. We're oh shoot. We're only 20 miles outbound, so we actually could probably tune in and get Oakley or Okie here first, and that would be 23. We may have to do that because I don't know how long we'll be able to keep the Linden VOR. If that's the case, we might have to do that. But we could track Okie, and then we could track Pitts, and theoretically, if we had to, we could come up over here and track Croy. So we have options here, although Pitts is a little trickier because it has a little bit of a bend in the road right here. Uh-oh, looks like I gotta contact me. Yep, so we must have lost, and I apologize, I did not hear that. NorCal approach 133.905. Got awful quiet there for a minute. 133.905.
Right, 678 off. Or caliber.
And NorCal 6182 Golf, we just switched over to your frequency.
We're 682 off for coverage, the unit was altimeter 290.
And sorry, you broke up a little bit on that altimeter for 2 Golf.
Sailing 2 Golf, the Travis altimeter 2988, knocked in altimeter 2988 as well.
Okay, 2988, thank you, 2 Golf. Alright, so that roughly a little bit of a nudge. We're not going to worry too much about that.
Number 367, crossword to join that Delta, then join Alpha to there.
Alright.
Crossing the Delta, join off.
Doing a pretty good job of holding that outbound, so that's a good thing. So out south, I guess the question of the night is, did you make some progress on your work? Did you chip away at that to-do pile a little bit? And are you going to be able to have some fun and maybe go chase a fish or something this weekend? I know Downwind, he's out on the road working like a dog like usual, so we know he's not going fishing. I'm not going fishing, but I will be playing tomorrow. I plan on being in the Boston area. They've got the Boston Tea Party It's one of my favorite yearly events, and this year, for the first time ever, I'm actually going to be able to do the poker run.
From crossroad to left the Delta and join outfit there.
Oh, some backyard work. Yeah, that's not too bad. You get out, you make the yard look good. You cut the grass. You water the flowers and all that fun stuff. I've been doing a little bit of that myself while my wife's been laid up. I'm not much of a gardener. I did not have that gene, I guess, passed down to me. My dad loved to garden. He was that guy in town that had the big garden, and I don't know, just never developed a knack for it, I guess. But I don't mind doing a little bit of yard work. It's kind of like building fence. It can be kind of tough, but it's nice to see progress. A lot of the work that I do at school, it really doesn't the work I do at school, sometimes it's hard to see the progress. When you're planning and having meetings and things like that, it's sometimes hard to see what you've worked on. Al South is saying, my wife is the CEO. I just do what she tells me to move, cut, chop, destroy, pick up, throw away. I knew somehow we were kindred spirits, because that's exactly what I do. It is exactly what I do. The only thing I have, at least for a little while, excuse me, is I've got my two sons living with me right now, so they've got some young, strong backs, and they're actually helping quite a bit. When they leave, at some point in time, I know they will. I hope they will. Well, one of them's already going to go to college here at the end of next month. So, but when they leave, then I'm going to actually have to get my butt back to work and do my own mowing and my own shoveling and all that good stuff. But that's okay. That's yeah, Downwind saying everybody needs a supervisor. You're right. You do. You need somebody to point you in the right direction and motivate you properly, and yeah, always a good thing. Alright, so just another quick peek here at the chart. Again, we're saying 49 miles until we hit that Concord VOR. At 49 nautical miles, we're going to make just a slight right turn to 259er, and we're going to track Point Reyes for 7 DME. And then at 7 DME, we're going to track Concord. And that's another short leg, only 11 DME. And then at Concord, we're heading north. We're just about there. Closing in on it. And then we'll have to decide just how well lit or poorly lit this field is. And yeah, we'll make our decision. So all I was going to show you guys, so there's a lot of options for diverting, and so
we're one out the trailer, like the Bishop Bridge.
We could. We're going to be up here, so there's a little bit of that might affect our decision. I guess we could turn and head back to Sacramento Metro. Could actually turn back and go towards Sacramento. Sacramento is one of the airfields that's actually staffed right now, so we could divert back there. It's diverting. Diverting in a skylane into an international airport You know, it can be fun, but we could also go down south. We're close to Oakland, I think. Yeah, we could jump down here to Oakland, and that would be a fun approach. I did see, you know, one of the big flight sim controversies, I guess, if you will, at least in P3D, is that there's never been an Oakland scenery. But I just saw something on Digital Flightwire that said maybe somebody's come out with something. Be interesting. I wonder if I can find that story.
Station 1 Alpha Juliet, flighting 230 on vector visual approach.
Yeah, we got 10 miles. I'll go
230 for 1 Alpha Juliet.
take a peek and see if I can find that story.
Skylane V2 Golf, contact Oakland Center 125.85, good day.
2585 for A2 Golf. We'll see you.
United 627, North Albertville.
All right. See if I can do a better job checking in this time.
Oakland Center, Horizon 2165, high level 25 now.
Contact NorCal approach 133.95. United 647, contact NorCal approach 133.95.
13395, United 647.
Flight 832, Oakland Center, climb maintain flight level 320.
Level 320, last 832, thank you.
Alright, 2165, Oakland Center. Alright, 277, if you're still on the street, please change to back to frequency approved. Delta 721, reset transponder when able, squawk 3203.
And he's busy.
Okay, 3203 for Delta 721.
Oakland Center, Skylane 6182 Golf, 14,000, about 5 miles from Concord. We're inbound to Angwin Parrot.
Southwest 802, left 4.
Okay, closing in here.
Southwest 802, contact NorCal approach 126, correction 119.2.
Oh, now Rob's checking in and putting the pressure on me. Rob, I can't even get a word in edgewise with ATC. You're expecting me to land better than you, especially in my Skylane. Come on, man.
For 6182 Golf, Oakland Center, the altimeter is 992.
2992 A2 Golf, thanks. Alright, 2992. Puts us a little over 14,000. Oh, he set the bar pretty low tonight. I can't wait to watch, actually. I tried to peek over there and check on you from time to time, but I was busy making enough of a mess where I'm at here that I wasn't able to see your landings. Made contact with the wheels. Well, that's a start. That is a start. I had a kind of a fiasco of a flight on Wednesday, and it culminated with me actually killing the engines in the middle of the runway before I was able to clear the runway. And so yeah, and I actually at one point in time taxied my plane into a small river. So
no one keeps keying up and nothing's coming through. I believe it's American 1050.
I appreciate that, Al South. What you get is you get to see how it's done correctly, and with Rob over at Slant Alpha, and then I kind of give you that that example that usually has the, you know, the little black mark over the guy's face so you don't see the true identity.
Alright, 2165, descend and maintain.
Alright, closing in on 49. Yeah, downwind, he's been trying to help me here. Our airspeed went dead on us. I've had the pitot heat on and it's not doing anything, so I think I just have a gauge that's failed. So,
We're 622 Golf, descend and maintain 8,000.
8,000, 6182 Golf. So I'm going to be just doing this one by my eye. Just by feel.
6162 Golf, 12000 direct landed.
As they say out my way, it might get a little western. Okay, so down we go, and we are at 49, so we need to make a turn 259er. I have to zoom in a little bit here. 259er. We are going to track the the point res VOR, and we're going to turn that to 259er. We're going to see how close we are. Not terrible. Not super close, but not awful. Do you really want to help out Al South get the flashlight out? Start inspecting those gear struts for cracks. So Slant, what you're telling me is it's a good thing that there's not a reality expansion pack for the AeroWorks DC3.
Thank you for the event.
All right, so I know it. All right, I gotta pay attention here. Skaggs Island is coming up. That's our next VOR. That's 112.1. Enter. We need to, we were at 41 and now we're counting down. So 41 minus 7 is 33. 41 minus 7, 34. I've been struggling with math tonight. So we're gonna get to 34 and
Request off frequency 4, Mike.
here's the thing that makes me nervous now on the descent. I know we're descending. I know we're probably picking up airspeed, and so this really truly is me just trying to operate by feel, by sound. You kind of know what the engine sounds like. Oh, there's 34, so I better flip over and track my, I gotta go, what'd I say, 114.
From center back on 544, passing 1,000, forming flight level 190.
Might have turned a little too soon.
.com 544, Oakland, second climbing heat, flight level 200.
Yeah, I haven't turned just yet, but so I'm going to be tracking up to Concord here on a. Hold on.
Seattle Center 124.2.
24-2, good night. Now you guys did an excellent job tonight.
Yeah. So this is 1429, descent of pilot discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Alright, it's 114. Sorry. I'm having a brain fart moment here.
Descent of pilot discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Flight sim detox starts at 8 a.m. Monday.
Southwest 1429.
Yeah, I might need it, buddy, because I am absolutely brain dead.
For 82 Golf, redirect to England, expect a visual approach.
And I'm sorry, can you repeat that direct to for 2 Golf? England?
Right 2 Golf, clear direct Angwin, destination port, expect a visual approach.
Oh, clear direct Angwin, and we'll expect the visual approach. I don't know if I can do that. Where's Slant Alpha? Okay, first things first. I need to get myself heading direct Concord.
So it's 1429, you're loud and clear, descend upon discretion, maintain flight level 240.
I'm going to go ahead and just make that turn. And when I get to Concord, then we can talk.
Delta 5820, Oakland Center, climbing flight level 330, verify you're leaving 15,300.
I thought he said Angel. Angwin, okay, well, alright. I'm no Slant Alpha expert here, but I don't think I can go direct Angwin. So I was in this area here. I have turned direct Concord, and I'm going to fly 351, and I'm going to understand that I'm within about 20 miles.
So 133.9.
But I don't think I can go straight to the airfield. I don't have any kind of a frequency. Alright, but I think we can get pretty close just by, like I say, turning 351.
3,000, we're passing 17,000.
So that joke, by the way, if you just tuned in, is I had one of my front office secretaries sent me a meme for what they wanted to put on the marquee outside of the middle school that I work at, and it was a message to parents as I drove by, and it said detox, Fortnite detox begins at 8 a.m. on Monday. They want to put that up in front of our school, so Downwind Sims watched me make mistake after mistake tonight, so he's kind of thinking maybe that could be appropriate for me, but in a flight sim way. Alright, we're just about to 8,000. We are just about to Concord, and at Concord, again, we're going to turn north, heading 351. The destination airport slant is Angwin Parrot, 2 Oscar 3. It is it's a Turbulent Designs freeware airport that I downloaded years ago, and I just reinstalled it on the new machine. Now here's the fun part about this, Rob, is that according to the chart, it does not have a beacon, and it has what it calls low intensity edge lighting. So that's the current destination. However, it's tucked in the hills, and we may not be able to find it. And so we were considering, I was just about to take votes on the alternate, because I have not filed an alternate just yet. Okay, we're getting close. We're 1.6 miles from Concord. Wind's picking up just a little bit, it feels like. Kind of getting tossed around some. Also, the sound of my engine is telling me that my airspeed is getting a little bit low.
So 1429, descend to via Dega 3 arrival, San Francisco.
Alright, I think we maybe just might have flew right by the VOR, because we're kind of doing a little bit of a bobbing and weaving thing. So we'll get on our heading. Again, we are... Here's what we know about Angwin Parrot. We know the elevation is 1,800 feet. Cheat to help find that would be if it's on the Concorde 313 at 37. Yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
That is the cheat. Okay, thank you. 313. So let's spin that around. And oh man, I've paused a little bit here. Uh-oh. Don't you crash on me. Alright, thank you.
November, you Golf descended maintaining 6,000 when able report Angwin in sight, 12 o'clock and 20 miles.
All right, down 6,000, and we'll report the field. A2 Golf. 12 miles, huh? Dang.
Oakland Center, moving 421 Alpha Foxtrot with you climbing through 10,000.
So the worry that I also have here is that I'm going to have to estimate flap speed, and so that that does concern me a little bit, because again, this is an A to A, and it does simulate damage to the aircraft if you do that. Well, I'm not on the outbound 313, not even close. This would tell me I'm right, of course, which would tell me that the airfield is kind of in this area here. So I'm getting a little bit bounced around, if I'm being honest. And I'm on my autopilot here for a little bit longer. I don't want to get too crazy here, but I've got to get myself down to about 2,800 in order to be at pattern altitude. We are 5 miles away from Concord right now.
I'm pretty sure you read it back. I missed your read back there. If I descend to the climber 3, accept
told me I was only 12 nautical miles away. I don't think so. I'm agreeing with I'm agreeing with your math there, Slant. I think it's more like, I think we're more in that 30 mile.
Alright, China 65, contact North Calgary, 109.2.
So I'm going to keep my eyes on this here. Yeah, so, oh, 11 o'clock, yeah, sorry. This is a concern here. This may be a moot point. We've got weather that's moved in, and we may just have to divert. Okay, we've leveled off. I'm going to go ahead and put some throttle back in, because the sound of the engines are telling me I need to. We'll mixture full rich here too. So, boy, we've got weather. Tornadoes coming in.
That was not for you, 2692 here, that was for November.
DME, I'm 8 miles from Concord right now. Again, I was estimating a little over 20. But yeah, then there's this. All right, I got a lot of good people though that can help me down. I feel comfortable about this, guys. I'm ready to be given advice. Just about have that radial. We'll make our adjustment a little bit more along that 313.
Number 8 Golf, looks like you're not quite turned to a angle. Airport's presently here at 2 o'clock and 16 miles, advising you have an attack.
Okay. Alright, we've actually had a little bit of cloud cover move in, so negative contact right now, but we'll be looking. Can you advise a heading for us? 2 o'clock, so that'd kind of be a
heading of 360, unable to proceed direct to England, and just be advised you'll have the airport in sight in another 10 miles or so. I'll have to issue you a climb for terrain.
Okay, we're heading 360, and we will be looking for the airfield. We will report A2 Golf. Well, if we go this way, we might be clear of the weather. About 10 miles, he said.
1 Alpha Foxtrot, stay altitude.
421 Alpha Foxtrot, just left off at 12,000.
Yeah, so that's kind of that 313. I did something wrong there, I think.
300, the South Lake Tahoe there. The South Lake Tahoe over here. 3014. Stay your altitude on that setting.
14.
I'm looking. And nav 1 is tuned to what frequency? Well, let's see. What frequency is it tuned to? Oh,
And now, Fox,
I
we were
was
showing
tuned to
about-
Skaggs Island. That's why. I wasn't tuned to Concord. That's the issue.
Yeah, we were still.
That's the issue, Mr. Alpha. And here's why. We were not able to pick up 117.0. That's
1429.
that is why.
What fix are you're going to log it, looks like?
Alright, so I'm not going to really mess too much with this. Yeah, we ended up, we were supposed to be 351.
Oakland.
So yeah, we ended up way left of course here, but actually that's,
Yeah, it looks like you turn direct to Lawsit and verify you're going to be able to make the restriction there.
I think I see our
South 1329, descended, maintain 1000.
336 and 34 and 24 miles.
1 Alpha Foxtrot, traffic no factor, climate.
Gosh, I'm almost thinking it's that guy right there, but maybe not. Here's where having the beacon would have come in handy, huh, downwind.
Right, Foxtrot, X-ray radar contact.
336. Okay, let's spin that guy around here. 336
Flight level.
and 24 miles. Okay, so 15.5 right now. So
I said I gave a little 240 for Challenger Fox, I expect.
yes, there's our airfield. Okay. And 6182 Golf, we have the field in sight.
Great visual for Kitty England Airport.
Clear for the visual approach, 6182 Golf. Alright, so let's, we're going to go ahead and begin our descent. And again, we have kind of limited information here, but our runway orientation is 16 and 3-4, which is basically where we're pointing right here. Try to get down to flap speed. I may have to fly a pattern here to just get down. The weather, if I can get there. Weather right now is 190 at 4, clear conditions. So we're going to be clear of the clear of those clouds. It looks like. As I'm looking here, it does not indicate traffic pattern altitude, and does not really indicate a right or left hand pattern. So I believe the default is left-hand pattern. That's not too bad for runway lighting. We'll take that, but we've got to come in on the other side. So my plan here is to enter a left-hand pattern. Again, we'll take it down to 2,800, and I guess from there we'll see what happens.
Bodego 3 arrival, Bentley on file, coming up to Bodego for United States.
So Pope Valley is the airfield that we actually started tonight. It's down in this little area here. It was kind of fun. Yeah, there's definitely the runway. A little bit of lighting around the hangar area.
I need to golf report cancellation of IFR. Change to advisory frequency.
And we'd like to go ahead and cancel IFR, and we'll head over to Unicom. Thanks for the ATC. We'll see you next time. 2 Golf.
Change to advisory frequency for meeting.
And right here is really where I want my, really where I would like my voice Unicom. Alright, so not quite down. We need 2,800. Just still a little bit high. Have no idea on the airspeed. The engine sounds, hey, there we go. There's Pope Valley. Maybe Pope Valley's not grass after all. Or maybe that's the default lighting. I don't know, I'll have to look. Anyway, it comes, Pope Valley and Angwin Parrot come together as a package from Turbulent Designs, and really a fun, it may be tough to see in the dark, but it's a gorgeous little airport. Alright, so let's go ahead, and we better turn on the taxi and landing lights. I think that has to go on like so. I'm going to cheat here and make sure that they're turned on. Yes, they are. They're all turned on. And still not descending like I need to. Kind of drifting off my downwind here as well. Trimmed out nicely. Have no idea what airspeed I'm at, but feels like I'm definitely down close to that 80. Well, I'm sorry, it sounds like I'm down kind of close to that 80 knot range. Does that sound funny to say that? There we go. Okay, here comes 3,000. We are getting close to that 45. I do have a little bit of terrain here, so I think I might turn base here at about 3,000. It's like a little bit of a hill in the right before at the base of the runway, so let's just stay up a little bit higher. Yeah, the fog's trying to roll in here though, isn't it? Alright, there's our base turn. There's our airfield. Feels like we're doing okay speed-wise. I'm gonna go second notch of flaps right here. Yeah, we are just a smidgen high. That there's a little hill. It's hard to see right here. It's a little bit of a hill. So you gotta be careful about. Okay. Let's make that turn. Let's see how close we are. Yeah, maybe a little early. A little bit high. As you can see, not a super long runway, but I think it
500.
feels shorter than, or it kind of, in your mind, you think it's shorter than it really is because it's tucked in around all these hills. Alright, final notch of flaps is in. And we're a little quick, I think. Let's see what's going to happen here. Oh boy. There's a big flare. And yeah, what the heck is going on? It didn't render properly. All right.
Not available.
That was bad. So can you see that? Basically, it's not. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, welcome to the new dimension of of air travel. Yeah, that's not what it's supposed to look like. And I just took off from here the other day because I was testing it out because I knew I was wanting to use it at some point in time. Oh my gosh, guys, that is hilarious. Well, we've got an elevation issue here, needless to say, and it's going to be a hell of a deal because I'm supposed to park up there. Oh boy, ain't it always the way? I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and just shut it down right here. And yeah, so you can see, so that's the add-on scenery. This is down below is the default elevation. Holy cow. That is wild. All right, well, hey, park it next to the Demogorgon. Sometimes the best laid plans just don't go as you think it would, and that's okay. It was still fun. What a great way to end the week, man. I'm telling you what. Um, just real quickly here before I, try to climb up one of these hills to get in my car and go home. I am planning on being back on tomorrow. One of my yeah, one of my very favorite events of the year is happening tomorrow, and that's the Boston Tea Party. And so I'm actually going to do the poker run this year for the first time. And so my goal, I don't know, I've somehow cleared it with the misses. I'm actually going to be able to fly into 5 different airfields, and anyway, it starts at noon Eastern, and I don't know. I'm going to basically stream any flight where I'm actually flying into an airfield that I have purchased, like add-on scenery, not a non-default airfield. And so I'm planning on making sure that my last leg is into an upgraded scenery, and then I'll let you know kind of what my poker hand is. But anyway, should be a lot of fun. Yeah, if you're working, tune in. I will do my darndest to make sure that I don't have any airport elevation issues, but heck, you never know. Um, and we'll have fun regardless. So, and then after that, I don't have any plans just yet. I'm sure that there'll be something going on next week that we might want to be a part of. But as as it stands right now, I really haven't thought past tomorrow night. And to be honest with you, if I'm able to sim for 3 or 4 hours tomorrow, yeah, probably be kind of cut off from the simulator for a while by the Mrs. First Lady. So that's okay too. But guys, appreciate you checking in as always. Um, Downwind, thanks for your help. We gotta figure out how to do that voice thing at some point in time. Al South, always good to talk to you. Don't work too hard this summer, buddy. And remember, lift with your back, not with your lift with your legs, not with your back. And Rob from Slant Alpha Adventures, thanks for popping in. It was always good to talk to you, and I look forward to checking out your stream as well. I was going to ask you real quickly, have you seen the advertisement for the Aeroplane Heaven DC3 that's coming out? And I need to get your take on that because I'll be honest with you, I'm interested. Yeah, they've piqued my curiosity, as it were, and so I'd be interested to hear what you have to say, but we can talk about that at another time. But anyway, so I'm gonna fix my elevation issue, and while I do that, I'm gonna kind of bring this stream to an end. So until next time, I'll be looking for you guys on TCAS. Y'all take care, and like I say, I will. I'm sure I'll run into you later on down the road. God bless, guys. See ya.